Mr. Rose, Mr. Mendoza runs a store, a dollar sort of store.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of inexpensive little things. And based upon what I read in your complaint, you frequented that store. You went in.
Yes.
And you walked in one day and you saw that your picture was up in the store, and the picture suggested that you were a shoplifter.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to be compensated for that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, do you have a photograph for me or something to show me of the poster that you saw and when you saw it?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a video, actually. It has no audio on it, just video. And if I could, I want to explain, it wasn't just one day I walked in. Actually, it was a day or two after Christmas of last year, December 2015. I came in the store and I had words with the gentleman in the white shirt. I think his name is Caesar. It was about a cigar that they were selling for $1.50 for, and it, you know, it says 2 for 99 cents on it. And we got into some type of verbal altercation. And then I came back 2 or 3 days later for some incense or candles, and I saw it directly as soon as I walked in the store, shoplifter.
Okay. So what you feel precipitated putting up this photograph was the argument that you had had with Mr. Mendoza's employee. That is your employee, sir?
Yes.
Okay, because you raised an issue that they were overcharging for cigars that on the package said 2 for $1. They were selling them for $1.50 a piece.
Exactly.
Okay. Stand up, sir. Your last name is?
Mendoza?
Are you related?
Yes, he's my brother.
You remember having that discussion with Mr. Rose?
Yeah, that's happened like March 15.
It happened in March?
That's incorrect.
You think it happened sometime in December?
I'm certain it happened sometime.
And you're certain it happened March 15?
March 15 at 4:15 p.m.
And I assume that that tape is going to show that to me.
Let me explain to you. The
No,
tape,
no, because you're pretty adamant about the date
For
and the
the
time.
date of the...
Okay, so you're going to show me something that you
Sure.
took in December of 2015.
I think it was January. It was a couple days after the
Okay,
initial verbal
fine.
altercation. And this is the beginning of it. I was just walking up into the store so I could show you where they were displaying it. As soon as you walk in the store, it's right here.
Right where?
I'm zooming in on it right
got
there,
it.
and I happen to be that person right there screaming, because that's when they took the picture of me when I was screaming at them right there with the baseball
Is that
hat
just a
on.
second? Is
You can see
that-
it clear on my phone, Your Honor.
I'd like to take a look at it on your phone,
Sure.
sir, because I can't see it clearly there.
Yeah, there was never any incident of me stealing anything from the store.
Just a second.
And Your Honor, they're not arguing that. I'm sorry.
Do you say that you can see your face in this?
Yes, Your Honor. That's me. It's a picture, and they're not arguing that it's not me.
Okay, I'm just telling you that based upon, I can't see that in here.
Oh, okay.
I can't see that. I see a woman, I see the back of 2 people. It's not clear enough for me to see it. But you don't deny that you put up his picture.
I don't deny it, no.
Okay, fine. Now, what you're going to do is show me, because certainly if you put up his picture and he was never prosecuted for theft.
We
Was he
called
ever
the police.
Was
We called the police that day of the incident. Let me explain what happened that day. He walked into a store and asked for a cigar that it cost $1, not $1.50. That's his first lie. It's pre-priced $1.99. We sell it for $1 at the door. So normally when you walked into a store...
No, don't tell me normally. Just tell me what happened.
Okay, he asked for a cigar, $1 cigar. My brother put him on the counter. He grabbed the cigar and threw 33 cents and walk out. If that's not stealing, how do you call that? There's no other way to say.
Just a second.
No, it didn't.
And do you have that on tape?
We don't have that on tape, no. That was back March 15, and we didn't keep that much evidence on our record. It's just way too much memory on my computer. We have only the picture that we put up there.
From March 15?
From March 15.
Let me just take a look at it, please.
And also, Your Honor, we have...
Just a second. Is this a picture of you, Mr. Rose, arguing with somebody?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you at the counter?
Yeah, I was there.
You were there. Do you want to tell me exactly what happened when Mr. Rose came in?
Yeah, he came and I want to explain to you first. I don't speak good English, but he came and asked for cigars. I gave it to him and put it on the counter. When he threw me 33 cents, he walked away. I told him, hey man, this is $1. What? It's not $1. He started to argue
With you.
and say, hey, if you don't want it, just leave over there. You don't have to argue with me. And no, okay, you overcharge me, sir. the price is on the
It's printed.
it's printed on the cigars. And he has tried to, are you with me? He's tried to fight with me, you know. He said, hey,
No, he
come
was
outside.
argumentative. You could see it from
He,
this
he can
pic-
explain to you better what's going on that day because he saw the video.
He spat on his face.
He's patting my face. He spat on my face.
That's total lie.
It makes some threats.
It
That's
makes
the
some
reason why
threats.
we call the police, and we have the police report.
May I see the police report,
Yes.
please? So after this incident, you called the police?
Yeah, we called the police.
Okay, I'd like to see the police report. You have a copy of the police report, Mr.
Well-
Rose?
No, I've never heard of it, Your Honor.
Okay. March 15th.
Exactly. 4:15 p.m.
You have any proof, sir, that this happened in December?
Well, the incident that I'm referring to happened in December, Your Honor.
Well, but there was another incident in March.
I don't even know what he's referring to. I've never spat on
Okay,
him.
well, this is you.
Yes,
You clearly had an argument with him.
yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And do you have any proof that the incident that you described occurred in December? Is there any proof that you have that it occurred in December? Does your phone indicate that it occurred in December?
On the recording, when I recorded it?
Yes, it should if it's in December.
May I?
If it's in December, that would be very relevant to me.
I don't know how I would see the date on there.
You have no proof.
Your Honor, it doesn't show a date on here at all.
So-
My witness can attest that when this incident happened that I'm telling you about, like days after I had the altercations, when I walked in the store and saw this picture up, this has just been happening since December. I've been going to this store. I live a block from the
Yeah,
store.
but you were arguing, listen to me, you were arguing with this gentleman in this picture. Clearly, you are furious, Mr. Rose,
That's-
in this
exactly.
picture, okay? Why you get furious over a cigar, I have no idea. If they choose to charge $1 for a cigar that's worth 50 cents, you don't have to go in there and buy from him. But you were clearly furious.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I was furious because he was cussing at me and trying to provoke me to fight with him.
Oh, please, Mr. Rose, that's ridiculous. Mr.
Okay,
Rose,
that's
that's
the truth,
ridiculous.
Your Honor.
According to you, and I read your case very, very carefully, you had been going to this store all the time.
Yes, I look.
All the time. Nobody ever provoked you before, because otherwise, and you're not an unintelligent man, Mr. Rose, because if you were an unintelligent man, I would say, well, if somebody provokes you, who's not nice to you, you don't go to the store. But clearly, you never had a problem in the store before, so if you went and you had an argument over the price of a cigar, that doesn't actually require this. It requires, you know what? I'm not buying this cigar.
Well-
and you walk away. You say, I'll buy my cigar someplace else. What do you want?
Yeah, well, excuse me.
You weren't here.
No, I wasn't
Well,
there.
you weren't there because you're nowhere in the picture.
Right.
Sit down.
Okay.
And they think it's a joke. I mean, Your Honor.
No, I don't think it's a, Mr. Rose, I don't think it's a joke. But clearly an incident happened over a cigar that you wanted to purchase, that you got very excited over. This man says that what you did was take the cigar and leave with it and threw down what you wanted to pay for it, which was 33 cents. They called the police and made a report immediately. Now, the only other question that I'm going to ask, which may be dispositive, when, for the first time, did you decide to sue them? In what month and year?
September?
This September?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, your case is dismissed. We're done. I don't believe you. Miss Miller, your grandson passed away when?
October 9th, 2016.
How old was he?
26.
Did you see him often?
Not very much, just he worked a lot, so I didn't get to see him a lot.
Now, there came a time that you took out a life insurance policy on your grandson's life.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
When was that?
That was in October 2012.
Why?
I took out insurance policies on all my grandsons, so...
You did?
Yes,
How many grandsons do you have?
4.
Tell me why you took out insurance policies for them.
Well, I knew that myself and my husband would be close retirement age, and I wanted to make sure that they was taken care of properly, so that's why I took out the life insurance policies.
But it was life insurance policy on their lives.
Yes.
It wasn't a life insurance policy on your life.
No.
So that they would benefit from that because they're young people.
No, I took the life insurance policy out on each one of my grandsons, and my husband and I paid the premiums just to be on the safe side.
Okay. And then your grandson became engaged to Miss Morrison.
Yes.
And when was that?
I'm not sure that.
When was
day.
that, Miss Morrison?
He actually asked me back in 2013 in July.
And after your grandson told you that he and Miss Morrison were planning to be married, you transferred the beneficiary of your grandson's life insurance policy and made Miss Morrison the beneficiary of that policy.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Then in October of 2016, grandson sadly died. Miss Morrison collected the life insurance policy, which was how much?
Well, the policy was made for $15,000, if I'm correct. There's another $5,000 to be paid out in 2 years.
The policy itself, does it have a direction as to what is to be paid out of the proceeds of the policy? Do you have a copy of the life insurance policy?
Yes, ma'am,
I'd
I
like
do.
to take a look at it. Because what this lawsuit is about is Miss Morrison collected the $10,000 on the life insurance policy. She paid for the funeral, which amounted to a little over $6,300, and you're suing her now for $2,000 because you want her to pay for a headstone.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what the lawsuit is about. Do you expect another $5,000 from this policy? Anyone?
I'm no longer pursuing the other $5,000.
Can you tell me why? Because it is for 15.
It is for 15. The other 5,000 is to be paid out in 2 years from the date that it was originally issued.
So in a year from now.
About a year and a half, yes. But I do not want to pursue it because it's become too much of a hassle. I did not know I was the beneficiary at the beginning of this whole situation.
No, you're all right.
And because of everything that has happened, I don't want the money. It's never been about the money for me in the first place.
What was your fiance's first name?
Christopher.
Were you and Christopher living together when he died?
Yes, ma'am.
How long had you been living together?
A little over a year.
Okay, so you had a little over $3,000 left over after the payment of the funeral expenses.
Yes, ma'am.
What contract did you have, Miss Miller, with Miss Morrison to pay for a headstone?
Your Honor, we didn't have a contract. We had a verbal agreement.
Well, if there's an
I
agreement.
spoke to her twice in the same week that my grandson died, briefly, and she promised me that she would see that the funeral bill was being paid for and the headstone.
Well, tell me when that conversation took place.
Well, she was still living at the lake, and I was at my house. We didn't.
So tell me, I would like to hear the conversation. Because at that time, did she know that she was the beneficiary of the...
She knew.
At that time that Christopher died, had she been made aware that she was the beneficiary of a life insurance policy?
Yes, ma'am, she knew it before then.
Who told her?
Christopher did.
Okay, well, I can't tell that, and you can't tell her that either. All right, so after
she
Christopher
was there
died...
whenever I talked to Christopher,
It doesn't
she
matter.
was there.
I'm listening to the conversation. Sit. It doesn't matter. I've asked you. You tell me. You called her and you said to her, I want you to pay, or you're going to pay for the funeral out of the life insurance policy. You had to have said that to her.
Yes, I said.
Just a second. You had to have said that to her. Or did she
Yes.
say to you, out of the insurance policy, I will pay for the funeral? Which way did it happen?
No.
That I'm going to believe.
I told her that those two things needed to be taken care
No.
of. Whatever was left, she could spend whatever she wanted.
That's not up to you. That's not up to you. There's nothing in here that suggests that you have any right to direct what that $10,000 was to be used for. I've just read the contract. It doesn't say the insurance policy proceeds are to be used to pay my final expenses of a 26-year-old. It doesn't say that.
Your Honor, she gave our whole family false hope because we had nothing to go on but at her. We all thought that headstone, we was, even talking about what was going to have put on the headstone, her as the fiance. And then all of a sudden there was no headstone.
Just to say, you did have a headstone. I read the papers. There was a headstone.
It was a gifted one
I don't care if it was gifted or not. It was a headstone.
with the last name spelled wrong.
Well, who spelled it wrong?
It came from a family friend. It didn't cost anything.
I don't
but
care whether it didn't cost anything.
He spelled
doesn't-
the last name wrong.
How did they spell the last name?
His last name is Stephen Morgan. M-O-R-G-A-N. It's M-O-R-G-E-N.
And if your friend spelled it wrong, did they say to you, we will fix it?
No, they
Yes,
did
go
not
ahead.
fix it.
There is a tombstone that is there that does have the correct spelling.
May I see it?
Yes, ma'am. Would you like to
Is
see
there
a copy of the
Is there a
misspelled?
headstone for your grandson that has a correct spelling?
No.
Before I look at this picture?
Would you like a copy of the misspelled one also?
Yes. you hand this to the plaintiff, please?
No, I've never seen that one.
When was the last time you were at the cemetery?
I've been to the cemetery one time.
Well, I'm just showing you.
At the funeral.
I'm just showing you that it's there. I mean, it's not photoshopped. It's there.
But she didn't do what she told me she's going to do.
Miss Miller.
Lied to me.
Miss Miller, how did the stone
I
get there?
believe it was Christopher's stepfather and his father, but that was the one with the name spelled wrong.
No. This one with the name spelled
I never
correctly.
seen that. I didn't know anything about that one.
This one with the name spelled correctly. Who were the two people with him?
One of them is Christopher's father. I don't know who the other one is.
Well, if one of them is Christopher's father, then perhaps Christopher's father had it corrected. If you recognize his father as being one of the people in the... Okay, so there is a stone there. So why are we here? If you didn't know that the stone was there, then I say, well, I understand perhaps why you're here, but then the case is over, right? Because what you're suing for, even though you don't have a contract for it, was to have a stone placed at your grandson's grave by someone who inherited some money from a life insurance policy that you really never thought was going to come to pass, probably at least in your lifetime, because he was 26 years old and sadly took his own life. That's what I'm gathering from the papers. So I don't know what you want.
I just wanted her to purchase the headstone.
Well, the headstone's been purchased by somebody else and it's there. So are you satisfied?
No.
Well, what do you want?
I want her to pay for the headstone.
Just a second. It's there. His father paid for it. If you didn't pay for it, his father paid for it. So it would be fair to say that you just want the money back, whatever money is left over.
I've got estimates of headstones because Christopher has 33 letters in his name. We wanted his full name on there. We wanted to put beloved.
Christopher, Paul, Daniel, Seibenmorgan. How many other names does he have? That's
it.
One too many. He has two middle names, Christopher, Paul, Daniel, and then a last name. What else do you want on there?
We wanted to put beloved son, grandson.
Okie dokie. We're done here. Thank you very much. Case is dismissed. Ms. Braswell, this is the case as I see it unfold. You answered an ad for an apartment. It was an apartment that was in the same city that you were living?
Yes.
And did you look at the apartment before you sent the deposit in?
The outside of the apartment,
Just the outside. And you wired a deposit in, according to what I read in your complaint?
Yes.
To the defendant's bank account.
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone show you the apartment before you wired the money?
No.
So from the ad, you wired the money. Now, do you have proof that you wired that money?
Yes, Your Honor. I have the wire transfer information.
May I see it, please? What was the rent on the apartment?
$1,050.
When you communicated with the person on Craigslist, was the person on Craigslist requested a deposit of how much?
He requested 3 months in advance, which was the duration of the lease.
$3,150.
Yes.
Which is what you wired.
Yes.
And the property agent alleged his name was James Charles.
Yes.
But the reference number, which Ms. Scroggins doesn't deny, is her banking information. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, when you went to get the keys for the apartment, you were told that the prior tenant was not moving out.
Right.
And you were told you'll get your money back.
Yes.
And you never got your money back.
Correct.
Okay. Person James that met you at the apartment?
He did not meet me. He called an hour before the appointment and canceled.
But it was indicated that you would get your money back because the prior tenant was not moving out.
Yes, he said on the phone and in emails and texts that I would have the money back in 24 hours.
May I see the emails, please? Yes, your payment is safe. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Now, very easy. You didn't get your money, you didn't get an apartment.
Right.
And the money went into your bank account.
Yes, ma'am.
But then your bank account was, according to you, closed.
Yes, ma'am, and I have proof of it.
Yeah, great. But this is your defense. Your defense is that you met a guy online.
Yes, ma'am.
That you were communicating with.
Yes, ma'am.
And that the person who you met online that you were communicating with, for some reason, asked you your banking tracking information because why?
Because we were going to be friends and he was going to help me when he came back to the States.
He was out of the country.
Yes, he was in Nigeria.
And you were communicating with him via email to Nigeria. That's what you're telling me.
No, Texas.
Texting. And he was going to help you how?
financially, and we were going to just be friends and talk and
Nice.
help
So
each other
either
out.
you're full of baloney or you're a fool.
I'm a fool.
Then she's not a fool. You're a fool.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to pay her money.
I don't owe her that
Oh,
money.
yes, you do.
No, I don't.
No, that's why you're
I
here.
can prove
no,
it.
listen to me. That's why you're here. I don't care whether you got the money or not. You don't understand. I don't care whether you got the $3,150 or not.
He's a scammer. I got scammed.
Just a second.
Just as well
Just
as
a
she
second.
did.
I said to you, either you got the money or you got scammed. But if you got scammed because you're a fool.
Right.
Nobody gives a stranger in Nigeria their banking information unless they're a fool. And because you were a fool, if that's what you want me to believe, that you're a fool, she suffered. As between the two of you, now, one way or another, does it sound like you're losing? Does it sound like you're losing? If it doesn't sound like you're losing, put the paper down. As between the two of you, an innocent person and a fool who caused her to lose money, because if I believe you, you were a fool to give a stranger your banking information. You can shake your head until it falls off. I'm telling you, either you're a fraudster or a fool. Either way, she gets her money from you. Because if you want me to believe that you're just a fool, you allowed a situation to exist where a stranger that you didn't know, who is out of the country, to have your banking information, so that person was in a position to scam innocent people like the plaintiff. So either you're a scammer or a fool. Either way, she gets $3,150. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Hey,
We're done.
I didn't even get to say my case.
We are done.
I got scammed just as well he did.
Listen. Now
But
you
I got scammed just
I
as
don't
well.
care. You're a fool. We're done. You want to tell me where this happened?
Your Honor, can I start with how it happened, if that's okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, Your Honor, on June 13th, Antoinette and her cousins was on the phone. They was having an argument because Antoinette, her sister, had slept with the...
No. We're not going to go back to talking about anybody else's bad business.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, well, Antoinette had texted me and cursed me out.
Is that the text message
Yes.
she sent you?
No,
I'd like
this is
to
a text message, my reply, because I sent it to her witness and my witness because we were all hanging together. So I sent it to them so it wouldn't be any nonsense. My reply to
Just
her.
a second. I would like to see her text to you.
I don't have her text to me.
Do you have it?
No. This happened a year ago, Your Honor.
I have the reply because it was saved in my witness's phone.
What good is the reply going to do to me if I didn't see her text?
Okay, because it was just telling her that I didn't have anything to do with her family business. Leave me out of it.
Fine. Do you remember getting that text that she didn't have anything to do with your family business?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So that was a while ago. That was in June.
Yes.
And?
So after this time, I was getting threatening messages. I told them then and there, please.
No, not them.
Antoinette and Andrea, her witness.
These two?
Yes, and their other sister. Please stop contacting me. I will call the police. It stopped after like 3-4 days. So this was June. Going to November the 6th, I have not had any contact with them at all. And at this time, myself, my witness, and another female was coming out of the Orpheum Theater. We seen some family members, close friends that we knew. We stopped and we talked to them. As we were standing there talking to them, one of the other people that was in her group came up and I spoke to her. And we were all just talking. At that time,
what was the name of that person?
Her name was Monica.
Was she with you that evening?
Yes.
Okay.
So she came in and came cut between us.
Who came between us?
Monica. She just came over,
So far, I'm not seeing that you had any contact with her at all. So far, you were talking to some of your friends. Somebody that was with her group came up and talked to you. Where was she?
I didn't know at this time.
Okay, so you didn't know.
Yes. So I was facing the wall, so my back was against the crowd. Next thing I know, personally, I woke up, I was laying on the ground. I have a videotape right here that...
Just tell me what happened.
Okay, I woke up. She was over me, straddling me, grabbing me like this. I heard her witness, Andrea Coleman, hollering, let them fight, let them fight. She was right at my head, and I've seen her.
Who was her?
Andrea Coleman was at my head, and I seen her, and I thought she was attacking me also. So I immediately started to attack once I kind of realized what was going on. I started to fight back. That's when she bit my hand. And then a guy out
Who
the blue.
bit your hand?
Antoinette. And that's when a guy from the crowd came and grabbed her up off of me. And I stayed there days because I'm trying to focus because I had just woke up and I'm trying to figure out these people I've known for over 20 years. My kids and Andrea's kids are cousins. I could never believe that they were attacking me just out the blue. So I'm standing there, then immediately I just left. I didn't tell my witness or anybody what I was doing. I went next door, I called the police, and I have the police statement.
I'd like to see it.
Here you go.
Now, Ms. Coleman, I would like you to tell me your version of it, and then I'm going to see the video.
Okay, on November 6th, we was at the comedy show, and like she said, prior to that, we got into an altercation over the phone.
In June?
Yes, back in June. Barnetta is a busybody. She liked to be involved in stuff.
I didn't let her tell me because I didn't think that you wanted 10 million people to hear details of what the argument was about. Was I right about that?
Yeah, she was right.
Right. So I'm not going to let you tell me that she was a busybody.
Okay. So then at the Orpheum, how it's made, they have a downstairs and an upstairs. We were sitting downstairs, they were sitting upstairs. So we were coming out, they were coming down. So I seen Barnetta, but I proceeded to walk out of the Orpheum. Barnetta decided to follow me out of the Orpheum. So by then, all of these people is coming out of the Orpheum Theater. I get a few push from behind. I turn around, Barnetta Anderson is behind me. So I continue to walk out of the theater. But when we got outside of the theater, we stopped waiting for everybody else to come out the theater. Barnetta stopped right along with me, behind me. So by then I'm agitated because I already done got pushed by you. So
Well,
then,
you don't know who pushed you.
well, I turned around, Barnetta was behind me.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
by then, I had confronted Barnetta like, you know, why are you following me? At this point, all I remember is her pushing me back, and then it was just like an attack. And we ended up on the floor because my sister tried to come and grab me. But when she grabbed me, she fell back, I fell back. Barnetta fell on top of me. That's why Barnetta had scrapes to the knees, because she fell on top of me. I pushed Barnetta off of me. And when I pushed Barnetta off of me, that's when the tape shows me on top of Barnetta. Barnetta never blacked out. Barnetta fought back. It was a mutual altercation.
Now, what was the conversation that the two of you had with regard to that? Because that's what you're suing for.
Right.
You're suing for funeral expenses.
I explained to her that our funeral home never turns anybody away. I offered her a variety of different options, including free. That would have been what's called a Tarrant County burial. It's a dignified manner in which to get somebody buried. We own a cemetery as well as a funeral home. We sponsor, in part, with that program.
Okay. She didn't want to have a free funeral.
Yes, that's correct.
That kind of funeral. That is
That's
correct.
correct.
You wanted a proper burial for your son, which you considered was a proper burial.
Yes, ma'am.
Because he offered you a free service, but small, but dignified.
Dignified,
But small.
but no ceremony.
But Ms. Torres didn't want that.
Correct.
And then who mentioned this fund?
I mentioned the fund once she told me the way that she put it was her son was murdered. I wanted to make sure that she knew that there were options available, including a fund through Tarrant County for any victim of a crime. They would pay up to $5,000.
Okay. And do you have a contract with her?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I'd like to take a look at it. Because what I assume is you did a funeral for her that she was satisfied with, but ultimately she did not get this grant,
That is correct.
either because they did not view what happened to her son as murder, because I can't imagine if he was in fact murdered, but he's a crime victim, why they would not approve it.
The contract you're reading is both for funeral and cemetery.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, would you show Ms. Torres this document, please? That is your signature there, Ms. Torres, when it says buyer?
Yes.
Okay, so you understand you have a binding contract with him to pay for the funeral service. You understand that?
Yes.
Well, give me the reason why you didn't pay him.
Okay. So everything was not discussed with Mr. Monty. Everything.
I don't care what was discussed. I have a contract that you signed.
Okay.
The contract is very, very simple. It says that you are purchasing this. I actually understand what happened because they probably, on your behalf, submitted your son's name, et cetera, to this Victims' Compensation Board for the purposes of them covering the funeral. They decided that your son's death did not fit within the parameters of what they do, so they turned you down. You're still obligated under this contract.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your, so why didn't you pay him?
Well, I was paying. He had hired an attorney. I did pay a couple of payments to him.
How much?
I think it was $200 or $300 that I paid to him.
And then why did you stop?
And it's not that I so much stopped, it's that it was getting too hard that my bills weren't fitting with everything else.
But you were prepared, just for my own information, you were prepared to spend $3,000 Where were you going to get the $3,000 from?
Well, I would have tried to find it from somewhere. I mean, my family.
You purchased 4 wigs and dropped them off at the defendant's home, I assume, to style them. Had he ever styled wigs for you before?
No, actually, he was my hairdresser. He have styled my own natural hair.
So when you bought these wigs, did you contact him to see whether he worked on wigs as well as natural hair?
Yes, I know for a fact I've seen him do wigs and sew-ins and glue-ins, so I know his history of doing wigs.
Okay, and from what you saw, his services were satisfactory?
Yes.
Okay.
29th, May 8th, and May 22nd.
Did you buy them online?
No, ma'am.
Where did you buy them?
There's a young lady in Sacramento. Her name is Tashana. She custom makes wigs out of raw Peruvian hair.
Do you have the receipt for payment for
Yes,
the 4
ma'am. I
wigs?
have my bank statement because the way I pay her is through Zelle.
Okay. And how much were the 4 wigs that you purchased from her?
$375 a piece.
So they were $14.90.
Yes.
The last one that you purchased from her was on May 22nd, and you dropped all 4 of them off at the defendant's shop or home?
His residence, because he wasn't able to work in his shop because of the COVID.
On what date?
That was on July 17th.
Had anyone else styled the wigs before? You started buying them in April, then you bought some in May. Had anyone styled them other than the defendant?
No, just the young lady that custom made them for me. She's the only one that has touched them besides the defendant.
Had you worn them between April and the time that you dropped them off?
Each one maybe twice.
And you wore them the way they were?
Yes.
When you contacted the defendant about styling them, what did you tell him that you wanted him to do to the 4 wigs?
I do have a text message, and I call him my hair husband, so I just asked him could he flat iron and curl, no cut, just flat iron and curl.
May I see the message? So you dropped them off?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Nichols?
Yes.
Did you cut all 4 wigs?
I trimmed them. I didn't cut.
Well, cut, trim, you took a scissor to them.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, you're not allowed to do that. She was very specific. She said to you, hey, husband, if I bring you my wigs, can you curl and flat iron them? No cut, just curl. Why didn't you ask her? She didn't ask for a trim. She didn't ask for anything other than, can you flat iron and curl them? No cut. Why did you cut them? She wants her money back. She said, I wore them. I wore each of them twice. They were different. I wanted them just the way they were when I bought them. And now, because you gave them a trim, they're 4 different wigs. Why wouldn't you call her and say, you said no cut, do you want me to trim them? You communicate with her. Why would you do that?
I wasn't thinking.
Weren't thinking, okay. So not thinking is going to cost you $14.90, and she paid you $30 to cut them because she didn't see them because of COVID. She didn't come in. You just gave them to her. That's what you say. Is that right?
No, I sent her a
But you didn't inspect them at the time that you picked them up.
No, I did not.
Is
I
that not
waited
true?
till I get home.
I sent her a picture of them when they were ready, and then I showed them to her on the head when I gave them to her when she pulled up in the car.
Is that true?
He sent me a picture, and if I can put it up here.
Yes, please.
Okay. This is what he said. He said the divas are ready, and I said laugh out loud because he called them divas. So when I got to his home, he brought them outside on a mannequin head, the mannequin heads that I gave him because I didn't know if he had any at home because of the COVID and the COVID that was going on. Mr. Nichols has a mom, an elderly mom at home. I did not want to stay there chit-chatting with him.
Okay, don't tell me the whole story.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
When for the first time did you question him about why he cut them?
The same day, like 7 minutes after I got home, we lived that close to each other.
Did you text him or call him?
I text him. And I do
May I
have the
see it,
text
please?
messages here as well.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see the text messages. Did he answer you?
He did call me, and I was on the Zoom call, and I told him I was going to call him right back for my job. I called him back, no answer. I called him a few times, no answer, and then I texted him when I was at work and informed him that I needed to discuss with him the damaged wigs that were done, and he never responded to the text. So at that point, I contacted Small Claims Court and asked them, because I've never done this before, what do I do? And,
Got it.
Okay.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1520.
Thank you.
Mr. Lyons, you were a tenant of the defendants for 3 years.
Yes.
And you had a security deposit of $1,400
Yes.
with the defendant. Your complaint seeks the return of the entire security deposit. She already sent you $500. She retained $900 of the security deposit.
Yes.
In addition, you're asking for other money for a whole lot of nonsense. Damaged property as a result of a pipe burst in February of 2020. You didn't move out until July. I assume the damaged property that you're referring to is the damaged property as a result of the pipe bursting.
No.
What damaged property as a result of what?
The roof leaking, there was heavy rainfall at the end of 2019, beginning of this year, that ruined our furniture, causing mold in the house. There was water throughout the house, damaging the furnace.
Okay, I get Mr. Lyons, understand this, sir. You're a renter. If there's a leak or a burst pipe and your stuff is damaged, that's what renter's insurance is for. That's what homeowner's insurance is for. Yeah. That's not what this nonsense is. That's why I'm saying there's a whole bunch of stuff here that's nonsense. You want the return of your security deposit. You also put in a claim here for wrongful eviction. But I read your complaint, and I read in your complaint that you gave her a 30-day notice on July 21st.
Yes.
You gave her notice. She didn't evict you. You gave her notice that you were moving out. Where did you move to?
Long Beach.
Who did you move in with?
My witness.
Good. And had you been planning on making that move? Is that why you gave her a notice on July 21st?
Yes.
That you were moving in with a new roommate? Yes, so she didn't evict you. Okay. Now let's talk about the return of the security deposit. Then the burden's on her. You had $1,400 of his security deposit. You returned $5. It's your responsibility to show me photographs of why you retained $900 of his security deposit.
Okay, $200 for the trash that was left in the curb. I have pictures.
Oh, so you have pictures and a bill or a receipt
Yes.
for who you paid to get rid of it.
Yes.
Good. I'd like to see the photographs and the bill.
Is that okay? The next one?
Yes, well, that's not $200 worth of trash.
Oh,
Is that all your junk out there? Sir,
The property damage,
is
yes.
that all your junk out there?
Yes.
That's not property damage stuff. That's stuff you didn't want. There's a broom there. That's ridiculous. Okay, so $200. Can I see the bill for removing all that trash?
There's going to be 2 bills, okay, for the cleaning.
Yes, I'd like to see them both. That says cleanup.
Yeah, it's $200 for the cleaning the curb and $200 to clean the apartment.
Okay, so $200 for cleaning the curb.
Yes.
Now, I didn't see pictures of inside the apartment. What are you alleging was wrong inside the apartment? So you do understand you owe her. She rightfully withheld $200 so far for cleaning up the trash that you left outside.
I don't
Well,
agree
I'm telling
to that.
you do.
Okay.
I don't care whether you agree to it or not. That's your trash to get rid of, not somebody else's. What is that?
Okay, these are the boxes, the refrigerator boxes where you keep your vegetables. That's one of them. Fungus.
Okay, what else?
This is the kitchen counter.
Well, I don't know what is on there. What are you showing me?
They're stains.
The stains, I don't know if you can see, it's a yellow, very deep yellow.
Very sticky with lack of cleaning.
What else?
This is the drawer in the bathroom.
What color is it? Is it white?
The shelf is black, but this is a white stuff.
Stains. There's stains on the black.
What else? Did you take pictures, Mr. Lyons, of when you left the house?
Yes.
Did you take photographs? May I see them, please? Don't show me anymore. What is that?
Those are the pictures of the mold and whatnot growing in the bedroom
I just
and
want,
stuff like that.
I want to see, sir. Is this how you left the apartment? I just want to see if you left it clean. I'm not looking at your mold. I'm finished with your mold. Get homeowner's insurance.
Okay.
Looks like he left the inside pretty clean.
And that's one.
Go ahead. Keep going. Is that when you left, sir?
Yes.
Go ahead. What are you showing me?
Of the kitchen cabinets. That's just one of the kitchen cabinets.
If they were cleaned out?
Mm-hmm. They were clean. There wasn't anything in them. That's the bathroom.
Okay. Got it. All right, Mr. Lyons, I don't have to see anymore. Okay. When Mr. Lyons left, he left in, did you leave in August, sir?
August 1st.
You left August 1st. When did you re-rent the apartment?
September 3rd.
September 3rd. It took me a month to clean.
No, it didn't take you a month to clean.
No, not to
You
clean.
have to clean. He
repair
was
the
living
room.
there for... No. Sorry. He left August 1st. You paid $200 to take away his trash, which you shouldn't have left there. That's really your job, to hire somebody to take away all your garbage.
I did. She had told me that when she took those pictures and stuff of the place and the trash, she's like, these needs to be cleaned up. And she's like, you need to come back after she had wrongfully evicted us. And I told
She
her, I
didn't
was
wrongfully
like,
evict you.
well, the agreement was for us to be out on the 21st. And on the
I don't... Listen to me. Listen to me, sir. She didn't wrongfully evict you. You gave her notice. You had a kerfuffle about the date because you were sleeping. You don't get up until 2 o'clock, according to you, to go to work. And she called you if she wanted her rent. I'm not interested.
I have a proof.
I just asked you about the trash that you left behind. I'm just asking you, are you telling me that you paid to have it taken away?
Yes, I had it arranged. I had the city to come on that same week to come get it. And Roxanne knows about this because I had told her, said, okay. And then she was like, no, I'm not waiting that long. And then she got it taken care of herself. And
Yeah,
I
I
had
don't
let her
blame-
know via text.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her. So far, you're entitled to your $700 back of the $900. She paid $200 to have somebody clean up that junk that you left outside. The apartment looked pretty clean to me. And if you were lucky enough to have the apartment vacant only for 1 month, and Mr. Lyons was living there for 3 years, you have to paint the place anyway. You have to get it into shape. You can't rent it again right away. You know that.
Right.
Ridiculous. Okay, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $700. We're finished.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
We are finito. Miss Watts, this accident happened about 2 years ago. According to your complaint, you were riding a bicycle to a campus job that you had. Where do you go to school?
I attended Chico State University.
This incident happened on October 17th of 2018. Approximately what time?
Around 7:51 a.m.
So in the daylight?
Yes.
You were riding your bicycle, and it is your claim that the defendant hit you on the bike. You were injured, wore a knee brace, etc. The defendant says the accident was your fault. So let's try to figure it out, and then we'll try to figure out what took you 2 years to get here. You were riding in the street, correct, with traffic?
Yes, yeah. Well,
you were traveling in the street where cars travel, not on the sidewalk?
Yes, Your Honor.
And were you traveling with traffic or against traffic?
I was riding against traffic. At that time, I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to, and I was against.
I don't care whether you knew it or not.
Okay.
Whether you knew it is not relevant. You live in California. This incident happened in California. In California, it's illegal to drive against traffic. You know that now.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you know that now because, according to, I think what I read, you did at some point consult an attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. I did have an attorney, and he gave it to his assistant, which is my paralegal, who is with me today.
You no longer have that attorney?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And I would suggest to you that one of the reasons you don't have that attorney is because it's very difficult, unless you can show some extraordinary reason, like the defendant was intoxicated, high, texting, doing something that was grossly negligent, that when you're committing an act that is illegal under California law, which is driving against traffic, very hard to prove that somebody else is culpable for an accident. So now you're traveling against traffic. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning. According to your complaint, you were coming up to a driveway, the driveway of an apartment complex. So you tell me what happened.
Okay. On my way riding to school in the bike path, I saw a car pulling out of the driveway. At first, I had stopped to make sure that she knew that I was riding my bike. She had made a stop, a complete stop, and while I was riding from her right, she was only looking towards the left side, not looking both ways. So I was trying to make eye contact with her while I was riding my bike, also trying to acknowledge her. I was waving and I kept saying, hey, so she knew that I was approaching. And by the time that I was trying to pass her, she collided into my knee and my bike, and I had to stop my fall before I was hit by a truck. I could have been hit by a truck, correction, I'm sorry.
So it sounds to me like she did everything right. She stopped. She came to a complete stop. She was looking to make a right-hand turn.
Yes, Your Honor.
She looked to her left to make sure that there were no cars coming to her left so that she could make a right-hand turn. You were coming from the opposite direction, riding the wrong way, and she didn't see you. If you stopped before the driveway, actually stopped before the driveway, you wouldn't have gotten hit. Am I getting something? Is something not registering with me?
No, Your Honor. You're actually correct. All I knew was I was just trying to acknowledge her so she knew that I was coming towards the bike path.
But clearly, I mean, because she doesn't look like a nut job, and she wasn't drunk at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, and she came to a full stop. So you're not suggesting to me, Miss Watts, that you tried to make contact with her, you actually did make contact with her so that she acknowledged that you were there and that you could go, and she accelerated anyway and hit you on purpose. You're not suggesting that to me.
No, Your Honor.
Well, what theory do you have that would suggest to me that she's responsible for this accident? Just because you were on a smaller bike? What's your theory?
No, Your Honor. So,
I mean, you're not a lawyer.
Yes, I am not. The only problem that I had was after she hit me, at that time, I was struck. I didn't know the protocol of, getting people's information or their insurance. All I asked was when after we collided, she looked at me and she said, "I'm sorry, but I'm running late for school." And I told her that I was on my way to school as well, the same campus that we attend at the time. And all she did was give me her number. She put it in my phone, and there was a witness that was there that pulled over and saw the accident at the time. And she got back in her car, gave me my phone, got back in her car, and she just left. I tried to get in contact with her the next day because I told her I didn't want to file a lawsuit. I didn't want to sue her or anything because I was dealing with the physical pain from the handlebars colliding into my rib cage, and I went to the hospital that same day, just stating about, I just told her once I got in contact with Alyssa at the time, I told her, all I want is for you to just pay for the medical bills. That's it. I didn't want anything else. I didn't want to press charges. When I told my family, they told me it was best that I got her insurance information because that's what you're supposed to do when you get into an accident. So she just kept denying and didn't want to give me her insurance. And I told her, once again, I don't want to sue you. I don't want to press charges. I just want your insurance information because that's the protocol that we're supposed to do, and that's what my family requested. She hung up in my face. Yeah. I kept calling her. She did not answer and was ignoring my calls. I sent her a text message that on the 19th, just reinstating that I didn't want to sue or do anything. All I wanted was her insurance information. And she still never responded.
What did you want? Just a second. She should have given you her insurance information, except the accident was your fault. I mean, protocol was she should have given you her insurance. But according to what you told me, Miss Watts, according to your testimony and what I read in the complaint, the accident was your fault. You were driving illegally on the wrong side of the street. She came to a full stop at her parking lot and didn't see you traveling the wrong side of the street. And as you said, the two of you collided. Now, let us assume that you are not hurt and you didn't have sore ribs and you didn't have a sore knee for a few weeks. Let's say you were not hurt at all, but your bicycle scratched up her car and she had a counterclaim that your bicycle scratched her car. I would dismiss your lawsuit and grant her counterclaim because the accident was your fault. The fact that you were hurt is sad, but irrelevant to the fact that the accident was your fault. And ignorance of the law is no excuse. You now know, and the attorney that you spoke to told you that California law says that you must drive in the direction of traffic, and it's illegal to do so otherwise. And I'm sure the attorney told you that.
Yes, Your Honor, and I take full responsibility.
Well, if you do, then you understand that I'm dismissing your lawsuit. Just because there's an accident and somebody gets hurt, it doesn't mean that it's somebody else's fault. Now, there's no question, Miss Mincher, that you should have given her your insurance information because that's up to other people to make a judgment like I'm doing today. Did you have insurance on your car?
I did, yes.
In October of 2018?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What make and model car do you have?
At the time, it was a 1995, let's see. It was a 1995 Buick It was a white vehicle. I'm not too sure what model it is.
Okay, Miss Mincher.
Mm-hmm.
The plaintiff tells me, true or not, that she tried to make eye contact with you. Did you see her riding the bike? True or not, that she tried to make eye contact with you. Did you see her riding the bike?
No.
In the opposite direction of traffic?
I did not see her.
Before the accident occurred?
I did not see her.
Did you continue to your job that day?
No, Your Honor. I sat in the parking lot waiting for my supervisor at the time to come pick me up, and she took me home.
Did you go to work the next day?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And did you use the same bicycle that you had used the day before?
No, Your Honor. Ever since that accident, I've never touched my bike again.
How did you get to your job?
I started taking the local bus.
Smart. Where is the bicycle? Where was it in October, November? Did you sell it? Give it away?
No, Your Honor. I had left it parked at the apartment complex that I lived in at that time.
You left it there, and you moved and left it there?
Yes, but I ended up getting rid of it, yes, Your Honor. I didn't sell it.
How did you get rid of it?
Selling it for parts. I needed the finances, dealing with my own financial problems. So I just gave certain parts away. The tires, they were already flat from the accident, so I just threw what I could away that was left over.
Okay. All right. Fine. Ms. Watts, I'm glad I could finally give you a little bit of closure. I know that you probably had a little bit of it through your attorney. No, you have the paralegal here. I don't need the paralegal. It's clear that not every accident that has an injury results in an award of damages. There has to be a demonstration that the person who's the cause of that accident. In this case, she was not the cause of the accident. You were. Unfortunately, you got hurt. But I'm glad you're better and moved on. So your case is dismissed and we're finished. Thank you. All right, Miss Aragon, I'm going to start with you. You and the plaintiff rented an apartment together. You had a lease on the apartment. It was just the two of you on the lease. So far, is that correct?
Yes.
And when did you sign that lease?
I think it was the end of December.
2012?
Yes, I believe so.
Don't ask me. It's not a question. When did you sign the lease?
January 1st, 2013.
And it was a one-year lease?
No, it was a 6-month lease.
When did you move out?
May 20th.
So you moved out prior to the termination of the lease because, according to you, you couldn't afford to pay the rent anymore.
Yes.
Ms. Keffler was able to find somebody for the month of June to come in. She says that the person who she found to come in was prepared to pick up a portion of your rent for the month of June.
Mm-hmm.
So she was trying to limit your liability. And what she wants from you is your portion of the rent that was not covered by this roommate that she found on a short-term lease, which was $350, and a $50 late fee, because she said that you were really supposed to pay that rent to the rental office. You didn't, so she had to pay $400. Can I see the check for $400?
Yes.
Is there anything that you want to say to me, Miss Aragon?
Yes, I had every intention of paying the $350, but Jenny was withholding a workers' comp check. I was involved in a bad car accident on April 30th. I expressed to Jenny, I came to her and told her that I was having financial difficulties because of the car accident.
I heard that you were having financial difficulties. You still owe the $350.
Exactly.
By the way, the check here is just for $350, not a $50 late fee, so it's $350.
Exactly. So
did you move out?
I moved out on May 20th.
Did you pay the $350?
I did not, because she was withholding my workers' comp check. I had no money.
Just a second. How could she be withholding it if you moved out in May?
Well, I have that it was issued June 13th, and then it had to be reissued again because I had to put a void on the check. So.
I want to know where June's rent was.
Where June's rent was?
Yeah, you were supposed to pay $350 for June. Why didn't you pay it? The $350.
I did not, because she was withholding my workers' comp check.
Your workman's comp check wasn't issued until June 13th. Rent is due the first of the month. And I'm asking you, do you have any reason, just reason, why you didn't pay on the 1st of June the $350?
Because I didn't have the financial means.
That's the answer. It's not because she was withholding your mail, because the check wasn't issued until after the rent was due, right?
I understand, yes.
Okay, so that's part of your counterclaim. But the reason you didn't pay her is not because she was withholding your mail. The reason you didn't pay her is because you say you didn't have the money, right?
Well, because she was withholding the check. It was just reissued after the fact.
On what date did she say, I'm withholding your check until you pay me my money?
Can I?
Look, give me the date.
On June 8th.
That's the 8th. And when is rent due?
On the 1st.
On the 1st. So you didn't pay June's rent.
But
you skipped out on June's rent. And when you skipped out on June's rent, where did you go?
I went to
Where did you go to live?
my boyfriend's.
Right. You went to live with your boyfriend. So you owe her $350. Now, the only issue that I have with you actually, her counterclaim, the rest of the stuff is nonsense. Does she have a security deposit with you?
Well, it rolled over. She forfeited the security deposit when she signed her name off the lease.
Do you have a piece of paper saying that she forfeited her security deposit when she signed her name off the lease?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
This is her signing her name off the lease.
I just want to see that it says she forfeits her security deposit. It says the security deposit will be retained by the landlord until possession of the property is returned to the landlord. Have you done that?
No, I still live there.
Still live there?
So I didn't get any security deposit back.
Just a second. When was your lease up?
July 1st.
Well, why are you still living there?
Because the new roommate and I renewed our lease.
Then you owe her the security deposit.
She forfeited it.
No, she didn't. No, dear. You are incorrect. Okay, just because you and your new roommate decided to stay on in the premises, her obligation under that lease would have terminated automatically. So you have to return her security deposit. How much did she put into the security deposit?
It was $580, and we split it. And then there's a $120 cleaning fee that the apartment automatically takes out when the lease is up. So 580 minus 120 is 460.
No. She owes you $100. You have a security deposit. You're going to get it back. Keep the apartment nice and clean. Anything else?
There's nothing as far as regarding the fact that she was withholding my check, and I was late on bills and everything like that because she was withholding my workers' comp check.
When did you finally get the check?
It was issued on June 13th. It came probably 3 or 4 days after that.
So you got it within 3 days?
Yeah.
So it wasn't that much trouble because you were living with your boyfriend, right?
Well, I still have to pay rent with my boyfriend.
How much rent did you have to pay with your boyfriend?
I had to pay $500.
I don't believe anything. You owe her $100. That's all. Thank you. Are you two married?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
You live together?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You rented a house from
ma'am.
the defendant?
Yes.
When did you rent the house from the defendant?
I lived there from May 2016 until May 2017.
And I moved there in August till May of 2017.
And Mr. Carter?
Yes, ma'am.
When you rented the house from Mr. Kimbrough, did he give you a lease? No.
No, ma'am.
How much was the rent?
$525 per month.
And did you give him security deposit?
No, ma'am. I gave him $1,000 security deposit.
Is that correct, Mr. Kimbrough?
That is not correct.
How much security deposit did he give you?
He gave me no security deposit. He was supposed to give me $125.
Show me proof that you gave him $1,000 security deposit.
I don't have.
Okay. Something happened in May. He told you that the house had to be renovated or something.
Yes, ma'am.
You had to move into another house.
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you go?
Well, he said he had another place for us to go to. He had another property that we could stay for the 2 weeks while the renovation was being done.
Fine. So did you go there?
Yes, ma'am. He took us there the next day.
Just a second. To another house?
Yes.
And you moved into that house also in May?
Yes.
Yes, May 1st.
How long did you stay there?
We stayed about 3 weeks.
No. It was till the 11th when the actual owner of the property
The
came.
11th of May?
Yes.
Okay. And then the real owner came of that property?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And threw you out?
Yes, he came with the police.
Okay. Because she didn't know that you were squatting in her house. Who owned the house?
Jimmy.
How did you have access to the house?
Well, I had access to the house because I'm the RA, which is the resident assistant.
Resident assistant what?
He has about 10 properties.
Oh, so you had keys to the house?
Yes.
Okay.
And there was a lockbox there.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So then the real owner came with the police and said, now you have to go because you're squatting in my house. I don't know who you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Okay, fine. So you left. Where did you go?
We went to a hotel from that point on till we were able to find another place to move.
Yes, ma'am.
So
I have
what
the
do you...
receipts right
Just
here.
a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you went to a hotel?
Yes.
And you didn't pay him rent in June?
No, we didn't
ma'am.
pay him rent in June.
And did you pay May's rent?
No, we didn't pay him
So
rent
you
in
didn't
May.
pay May's rent either?
No, ma'am.
And so you lived in this other person's house until May 11th?
Yes, ma'am.
And you hadn't paid rent for those 11 days?
No,
No,
we
ma'am.
haven't.
And you didn't pay rent in June?
No, ma'am.
No, we haven't.
And you have no proof that you gave him a $1,000 security deposit?
No, ma'am, not
So
anymore.
what would you like me to do for you?
Well, he told us to take the rent money for that month, move out for
2
weeks, come back, because he's going to renovate the place.
So what? So he lied. I mean, what's your damage?
The damages are punitive damages, Your Honor. In the process of all of this, I lost my job. I wasn't able to get to work. I had to resign my work because I needed to find another place to stay. I overdrafted my bank account because I immediately didn't have available funds to rent a motel for $300. I did have $500 that I was making payments monthly.
He's not paying you money.
For him.
Listen to me. He's not paying you money.
But, well...
He's not paying you. He's not paying you for losing your job. He's not paying you because you were inconvenienced.
He's supposed to give us a 30-day notice. He told us on Friday to...
Do you have a lease?
No, but
we
didn't.
Listen to me. Do you have a lease?
No, ma'am, not anymore.
You never had a lease with him?
No, ma'am.
He didn't bring it. He said he would. He never did.
Okay. So we have nothing. Now you have a counterclaim. And your counterclaim says that they damaged the property.
Yes.
How did they damage the property?
Well...
Just a second. Do you own the property?
No, I do not.
Do you have a power of attorney from the owner of the property?
No, but I was the contractor for the owner.
Show me that you were the contractor for the owner.
I also have a copy of a 30-day notice.
Just tell me what I need to know.
Okay. I have a lease from the owner showing that I was also renting from the same house. I just sublet.
Your Honor,
Goodbye.
he did not live
We're
there
done.
at all.
Mr. and Mrs. Walker, about a year and a half ago, the defendant had a daycare. At that time, your children, the oldest was 9, and then you had a 5-year-old and an infant who was 4, and you were working. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. 4 months.
And you brought all 3 children over to the daycare, and this was July 2nd of 2015.
Correct.
This was not the first time you had taken the children to her daycare, is that correct?
That's correct.
How long had they been going to the daycare?
Almost 2 years, my older children were. And since my youngest was about 7 weeks old, I had started taking him to them.
Now, I'm going to start now with you, Miss Shearer.
Yes.
Do you have your own children?
I do.
How old?
I have a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 4-year-old.
So at the time, Miss Walker, I think, dropped off the children. Yes. Your children were at home.
Yes.
So she had 3, you had 4.
3 of my children were at home.
Between your children and her children, there were 6 children.
Correct.
How many other children were you caring for in July of 2015?
That day, I was caring between 4 and 6 more children.
Between 10 and 12 children?
Correct.
And who was there with you?
My husband.
Period?
Yes.
How much do you get per child for
$20 a day is what I normally charge.
And you were charging her $20 a day or $60?
I don't believe
How
so.
How much was she charging you?
It was $350 for every 2 weeks.
And did you know that she had between 4 and 6 other children aside from her own?
I did not know an exact number, but I knew there was other children there.
Did you know how many people she had taking care of all these children?
No. Well,
Between 10
who
and
was
12
working at the
children?
daycare, I knew that both of them were working at the daycare.
What state do you live in?
Idaho.
You need a license to have a daycare in your house?
Yes, ma'am.
You still have your license?
Yes, ma'am.
How many children do you care for now?
Between 10 and 12.
With him?
By myself.
Where is he?
He has a job.
Now, your 4-month-old child had a broken leg.
Yes.
And you dropped him off at the daycare. He was fine.
That morning, he was perfectly fine.
Subsequently, you got a call from the defendant who said that she couldn't stop him from crying. Is that right?
Correct.
Your lawsuit wants her to pay for your medical bills because she thought that they would be covered by some Crime Victims Compensation Act. But they weren't because they found that nobody probably purposely broke a child's leg.
They only found that there wasn't enough
Don't
evidence.
tell me what they found. They weren't covered. Now, this is your story that I'm getting from your papers,
yes.
Right? You were in the kitchen cooking.
Correct. It was lunchtime.
In the kitchen, you have a swing set up.
No, in the living room. It's a straight room.
So it's one large room.
Yes.
So the swing is in the living room.
Correct.
And the baby was okay when she dropped the baby off.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I'm reading your answer, and you say that the 9-year-old was holding the baby.
Correct.
And playing rough with the baby.
Correct.
Let me see what you wrote here. So her 9-year-old, who you're supposed to be watching, was, let me just get the words right here, Bird. The baby was crying, so his older brother got him out of the swing and he stopped crying.
Correct.
The baby started crying again, and when I turned around, do you remember what you saw?
Yes.
Tell me what you saw.
The brother had the baby on his back on the floor. He had his legs up in the air. He was holding his legs or ankles, and he was twisting him back and forth throughout the living room.
Okay, so what did you do?
I asked him to please stop.
You asked him, according to you, I told him to pick up the baby and play nicely.
Correct.
You're an idiot. How could any state allow you to take care of children? You see a 9-year-old playing roughly with a 4-month-old infant who you have already told to take out of a swing because the baby was crying. That's your job. You leave the sink, or you leave the television, or you leave whatever you're doing, and you go inside and you attend to the baby. Not you. You tell the 9-year-old, play nicely. According to her, I just want you saw the baby being taken by the legs and ankles and swung. This was the motion that you made, and swung around the room. And you say to a 9-year-old, play nicely. I'm going to read on. When the baby continued to cry, and you turn away. Because it says, when the baby continued to cry, I looked to see what was going on. So now you tell him, play nicely. After you saw him swinging around the baby, play nicely, you went back to doing what you're doing. Your nails, the TV, something. Because God knows where he was.
We were making
And the older brother was still not being gentle enough. Again, do you run in? Does genius over here run in, take this 4-month-old defenseless infant away from a 9-year-old little boy? No, not the two of you. I told the older brother he wasn't playing with him correctly and to put him back in the swing. The baby never stopped crying after that. If the state of Idaho doesn't take away your license to take care of other people's children, I have no idea who's running that shop. No idea. Outrageous. So I assume from this answer that, according to you, it's the 9-year-old's fault.
I don't know that it happened in my care.
Well, in all the time that you were taking care of the baby, prior to that, did you ever call the mother and say to her, come and pick up the baby won't stop crying? No. In all the time that you took care of the baby? No. And this time you called her and said, come and pick up the baby won't stop crying. And within 24 hours, the baby was in surgery for a broken leg. You think that that's coincidental?
Maybe the baby was having a bad day. She had suggested that he was constipated when I called her.
If I were running the social service department in Idaho, tomorrow your license should be yanked. Tomorrow.
They did an investigation and they
tomorrow. Then the person who did an investigation had an IQ in the double digits. In a minute. Because how you can justify, all you have to read is your answer, which I believe. You and the genius were inside cooking. You have 10 to 12 children, including a 4-month-old infant, and your babies, and you have to be cooking together so that nobody is really watching the 4-month-old baby. Nobody. We're done. I'm so upset. Anyway, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That will cover $4,000 of your medical bills plus some. You have a counterclaim for legal fees because you had to hire a lawyer because of charges that. Good. Counterclaim's dismissed. We're done. How many children do you have, Miss Bussey?
2.
How old are they? 12.
12, and I have a 9-month-old.
And who's the father of the 9-month-old?
It's a friend of.
Is that this gentleman?
No.
Who is this gentleman?
This is my boyfriend.
So your boyfriend is not the father of the 9-month-old?
No, he is not.
Did the boy always live with his mother?
Yes, he did. Up till recently, yes.
Up until when?
Up until November is when she moved out of her house.
You were living with your son in whose house?
It was my friend that is the father of my 9-month-old and his now ex-wife.
So you were living with a couple who were friends?
Yes, I was friends with him.
And then you moved in with he and his wife?
Yes.
And how long did you live there?
I lived there, it was about 1.5 years.
And I assume you left there because you were pregnant?
No, I left there because I started getting threatening emails that were threatening my life.
From his wife?
We don't know who they were from. They were in anonymous emails.
But you would assume they were from his wife?
Yeah, I'd assume, but there's been no proof.
So you moved out. Where did you go?
I moved in with my boyfriend.
He was not her boyfriend at the time.
If you're going to shout, you're going to leave. Do you understand? So you moved out of the house.
Yes.
And you moved in with the boyfriend.
Yes.
And his wife.
Now you can put her out.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You moved in with your boyfriend.
Correct.
How far away did he live from where you had been living?
Quite a ways. I moved from, it was Council Bluffs, Iowa to like West Omaha.
Your son is 12 years old.
Yes.
What did you do about his school?
We still transported him to his school.
Is what you're telling me you moved with your son to your boyfriend's house?
Yes.
And you took your son with you and transported him to and from school?
Yes, that is correct.
Is that correct?
To the point, I have no idea. I mean, it was a 10-day time, and I wanted him to come live with me at the time, and that seemed to be a last option. But I told her...
Just a second. You're getting ahead of yourself, because that's not what you wrote in your complaint. In your complaint, what you said was she left the boy alone. At least it was my impression that she left him at the house of this couple with whom she had been living.
No, I'm sorry. She sent him to live with some other friends of hers that...
Who?
I can't seem to remember the names. Chelsea, one of her friends.
Is that when she moved out of the house?
Besides the little time that Austin did stay with her, yes. She was moving him around from my sister-in-laws to me sometimes to her friend Chelsea. Now,
Why?
Because I was getting these threatening emails that were threatening my life, and I was trying to protect my son from being around that.
Okay, well, that's a very good idea. Then he should go and live with his father.
Your Honor?
Shh.
I'm sorry.
Just a second. Now, this case is all about an overpayment of child support. He came to live with his father on what date?
It was November the 18th.
And is he still there?
Yes, he is still there.
And did you receive any child support from Mr. McGlynn after November 18th?
Yes, I did.
How much?
I received it weekly from that following week until now.
Did you finally stop the order?
I did. It took some time, though.
How many weeks did you pay when your son was with you?
At least 10.
December, January, that's 8. 2 weeks in November, that's 10. Okay, that's at least 10 weeks.
Yes.
Why do you think you're entitled to that money? You were never married, right?
No, we were not.
Okay, so this is just child support that he pays.
That is correct.
Well, why do you think you're entitled to this money?
The whole reason that he went with his father was I was getting these threatening
I heard about the threatening emails, and then that's a very good idea, because if you were living with a couple that were friends of yours and you got pregnant by the husband and had to move out, I would say that you should do everything possible to protect your 12-year-old, and then moving out and evidently had a boyfriend at the same time, now you're with the boyfriend, doesn't sound very stable to me. We're only talking about why you think you're entitled to $75 a week child support when the child was living with his father.
Well, he had time to get it shut off, and it wasn't until just recently that he went ahead and did that.
The government works very, very slowly. Look at Congress. And the lower you get, the slower they work. So if you say, boys with me, could you stop the payments? Sure. Eventually they get stuck, because it comes right out of your check, I assume.
Comes right out of my check every
$750,
week.
Judgment for the plaintiff. Miss Russell, did you and Mr. McNulty ever live together?
Yes, we did.
From when to when?
We lived together from September 1st to November 12th.
Of last year?
Yes, of 2016.
But that was after your daughter was born?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm talking about prior to her birth?
No.
And at the time that she was born, were you and the defendant still dating?
No.
When had you stopped dating?
In September of 2015.
Your complaint indicated, the first couple of lines, that Mr. McNulty did not know he had a child due to some, use the word mix-up. for the first 4 months of her life. Was that a mix-up because there was someone else who was originally named as the father?
There was. I was dating someone.
Okay. So there was someone else who was named as the father. And what prompted you to take another step towards finding that Mr. McNulty, who actually had a paternity test, was the father of the child?
He contacted me asking for it, paternity test.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Honestly, it was crazy how I found out about it. I just found out through a picture online, and I saw that the child looked like me, and I just kind of had this crazy hunch that it might be mine, so I contacted her and got the paternity test done. And
just a minute. When you contacted her, where was she living?
It was Lafayette, Indiana, which is about an hour and a half from me, almost 2 hours.
With whom?
Her sister.
And in what month was that?
I can't tell you exactly. I want to say it was around September.
So you're talking about September of 2016?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when you found out that this little girl was yours, according to what I read, you invited her to come to move into your house.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I invited her to be closer to my daughter, and I told her that she could live with me until she got on her feet, found her own place. I wanted to be closer to my daughter, and I just wanted to be friends with her, co-parent.
Do you have any other children?
I do not.
Do you have any other children?
No.
And I assume you didn't have your own place to live?
Not at the time, no.
When you moved into Mr. McNulty's house, you have a house?
Yes, ma'am.
How many bedrooms are in the house?
3.
Your daughter had 1 bedroom?
Correct.
Did you have the other?
Yes.
And Mr. McNulty the third?
Yes.
So you were living there as 2 parents of a child. You were not a couple. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. Now, an incident occurred in September wherein you claimed that Mr. McNulty damaged your car, took your cell phone, and threw your property out.
He threw some of my belongings out, not all of them, and it was in November.
Would you like to explain to me, Ms. Russell, why this man who actually tried, at least on the surface, tried to do everything in an appropriate fashion, contacted you to find out whether he had a child, bore the expense probably of a paternity test, found out that this was in fact his child, and you were, for all intents and purposes, homeless. You didn't have your own residence. He invited you to come to stay in his house, your own bedroom, because he wanted to, he uses the word co-parent, he wanted to be closer to his child. You want to tell me why he would do such dastardly things? You want to tell me what happened?
I did pay for the entire paternity test. I also was living comfortably at my sister's. I had my own room.
Well, then why would you go to his house?
Because I thought I was doing the right thing and letting my daughter's father be in her life.
She can be in his life many, many ways.
He wanted us to be closer, and he gave us this dream of being a happy family, and little did I know until I moved in that he was not the person I thought he was.
Okay, let's move on to November. Tell me what happened.
So he came home.
What date?
It was November 12th, I believe. He came home inebriated with a girl for the 3rd time. And we had an agreement that he would not bring home women while we were living there for the safety of our child and for respect.
When did you make this agreement?
After we decided we weren't going to have a intimate relationship.
Right. In what month was that?
That was September.
Okay, so shortly after you came in.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about the conversation.
Conversation after he got home that night?
No, the conversation where he said that he would not bring women home to his home, even though you weren't his girlfriend, you weren't involved in a relationship. Tell me about that conversation.
Our conversation was out of respect for each other and for our daughter, unless we were serious about people, and until I moved out with our daughter, that he would not bring girls home.
Is that correct?
No, ma'am, it's not.
Well, you hesitated for a moment. You want to tell me why?
Yes, because she wasn't actually a girl I was seeing. It was more of like a friend that I've known for a long time, and she took it as a girlfriend. And
Okay, now when you came home on November 12th, do you remember that day?
Yes, I do, because I don't remember if it was November 12th. I remember it was Veterans Day, because I was in the military with a couple of buddies of mine, and usually my buddies will take me out on Veterans Day.
Okay.
So that's
Did you
why.
come home drunk?
I wouldn't say drunk. I was a little. I was inebriated. I'll admit that. Yeah.
Do you remember what time you came home?
It was about 2:30.
In the morning?
In the morning, yes.
And there was a woman with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's hear what happened.
That was the instance of one of 3 women throughout the process of living together he'd brought home.
Okay, it's his house.
He came home with a woman, and I told her to leave, and she didn't know that there was a baby and another woman there. So she agreed to leave.
She didn't know there was a baby and another woman there?
Yes.
You mean you, the other woman?
Yes, me and my child. She had no idea we were there, and she gladfully left.
Okay.
He, in a rage, headbutted me twice, threw me against a wall. I got away from him by pushing all I could away from the wall. And running to get my cell phone to call the police, which I did. The operator told me to go into the...
Don't tell me what the operator told you.
I went into my daughter's bedroom. There are no locks on any of the doors in the house, not even the bathroom. So I tried holding her door shut until the police arrived. And I was instructed to get out of the house.
Tell me what you were instructed to do.
Okay.
Just tell me what you did, what he said to you, what you said to him.
So I was able to get out of the house with our daughter, and the police came. They took our statements, and they instructed him
Don't
not.
tell me what they said unless you have a police report.
I do have. I have
I'd like
two.
to take a look at it. Well, it appears that from the police reports, at least, after speaking to you, that you did not report to the police that he head-butted you twice. What the police officer noted after conversation with you, that you told the female to leave. She stated that Corey became angry, pushed her, and put his forehead against hers. That's what the officer
That was
said.
incorrect.
That's what the officer said. She had no complaint of pain and no visible marks of abuse. She further stated she really didn't want him going to jail, but separated from her for the night. He argued with the police, probably a little drunk, but
I was
totally
more
wrong.
upset
not
about getting kicked out of my own
wrong
house.
that you
Yeah.
were being kicked out of your own house,
Yeah.
where plaintiff neither pays any of the bills,
Yes,
nor
ma'am.
is it her home. However, you did separate to the extent that you slept it off in the garage.
No, negative, ma'am.
Where did you sleep?
I went to my buddy's down the street after the police officer told me to leave. He gave me the option to go to jail or leave, so I left.
Okay. Did you come back the next morning?
Yes, ma'am.
What time?
It was around 7:30.
Okay. And when he came back at 7:30, I want you to tell me what happened.
He never left. I saw him walk in through the garage, which he was sleeping in his sleeping bag in the garage.
Fine. So he was, but he didn't bother you. Whether he was sleeping at his friend's down the street or in a sleeping bag in the garage, he wasn't near you for the rest of the night.
He was instructed not to come into the house.
Listen to me carefully. Not to come into his own home. Let's move on. You have 3 complaints. Your complaint is that he took your phone.
Yes.
That he damaged your car, and that he has your stuff. I've read the police reports. So let me tell you what the police say you told them. The second police report indicates that you went to the police because he was still there. And when the police came back with you because you couldn't find your cell phone. And when you came back with a police officer who notes that Miss Russell advised that she wanted to gather a few things from the home and that she would be going to stay with a family friend. That was the next morning. Officer Vasquez went back to Miss Russell's residence and observed Corey had placed all of her belongings in bags outside of the residence. Miss Russell gathered what she could fit in her vehicle and advised she would need to come back later for the rest of the items. Miss Russell further advised that she noticed a dent in her 2007 Jeep Patriot and believed Corey may have done it, but wasn't for sure.
I was certain.
Just a second. That's what it says. Noticed a dent. She believed he might have done it, wasn't for sure. Miss Russell was able to leave the scene without incident. I want you to tell me, what proof do you have for the 3 things we're talking about? What proof do you have that he took your phone?
So when I went to sleep the morning of the incident, when he was supposed to leave the house, all 3 of the bedroom doors in the hallway were open. When I woke up, one was closed, and my phone that was sitting on my nightstand on my charger was gone.
Where's her phone?
I don't know, ma'am. The police escorted me out of the premises.
Next.
I do have proof that I did have to purchase a new phone.
I don't care.
Next.
The police escorted him out. The next thing that happened was 7 o'clock in the morning. You saw him walking in from the garage. Okay. Dent on the Jeep.
He admitted to me that he did it.
Okay. When was that?
The morning of around 7:30, when I was on my way out to go to the police station to make the report. I looked at my vehicle and I angrily said, "You dented my Jeep," and he said, "Oh well."
I did not say that, ma'am, no.
Next.
Next, the officer who made the note that all of my things were on the porch, they were not all of my things. I did not go into the house and collect my things. Him and his stepfather put my clothes in bags and some of my small belongings. I even have a picture
Just a second. Do you want to tell me what you claim he still has that belongs to you?
I have a list.
Tell me.
So I have my dineware set, my wine glasses, all of my kitchen utensils, all of my cookware, all of my baking pans, crock pot, oven mitts.
Just a second. When did you move in with all that stuff?
When he came to get me at my sister's, his grandmother paid for a moving truck, and my sister helped us move all of my belongings from her apartment into the moving truck, which we brought to his house, which has all of these items.
Okay. Can I see that bird?
And I also have I have a
second.
picture if you want.
Do you have her TV?
I do not, ma'am. I have enough TVs in my house to
Just a second.
need another.
Did she move in with the TV?
She did.
Where is it?
I put everything of hers on the front porch, and she left it there for a couple days, so.
So you don't know where it is?
I left it out there, and I told her it's her problem to get it. I didn't put it on the garbage.
Well,
or
but you
nothing.
know a TV was not noted by the police.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have anything in your home now
I do not.
that belongs to her? Okay. Now I'm going to see the bill for the 47-inch TV. I'd like to see the paid bill for it.
I also have a picture coming up that has my placemats and a picture of him with those placemats just 2 weeks ago for the items that he says he does not have in his home.
Okay. So the television set was $479.91. What are these things?
Everything on the list is stuff I've purchased, but the ones that I highlighted are the ones that he still has in his possession.
And what's this supposed to be a picture of?
That picture matches the small photograph. The photograph has my placemats at my apartment. He has the exact same placemats in that picture at his house. It's proof that he does still have my items that he is claiming he does not have.
I don't care. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $994. We're done.
Your Honor, I
We're
still have
done.
evidence.
We're done.
What about my vehicle?
He's not paying for your vehicle because I have a police report where you say I have a dent in my car. I think Corey did it, but I, have no.
say that to the police officer.
Well, that's
though.
what the police officer says. We're done. Ms. McClendon, I'm going to start with you. You and Miss Morgan worked together. Is that how you met?
Yes, ma'am.
And you needed a place to stay?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you need a place to stay?
I was currently staying in a hotel, and I couldn't afford to keep staying there.
How much were you paying at the hotel?
$1,300 a month.
And how much were you earning?
I get anywhere from I'm a server, so it really depends.
Got it. And Miss Morgan worked at the same place? She offered you to come to stay with her, and you would split the rent. There were just the two of you there?
No, ma'am. In the beginning, she offered to help.
Listen. She doesn't know you other than both being the server at a restaurant, right? So why would she? I mean, you're not her sister, you're not her cousin, you're not her niece, you're not anybody to her other than somebody who she knew from work, who was paying $1,300 a month in a hotel, who couldn't afford it.
Yes, ma'am.
And she had an apartment. She lived alone?
She didn't have anywhere at that moment.
No. Was she living alone? So she was living alone. And how many bedrooms are in her apartment?
2.
2. Easy. Come and move in with me. We'll split the rent. How much was the rent?
$650.
In total?
Yes, every month.
So $650 cut in half, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So your share of the rent would have been $325.
Yes, ma'am.
As opposed to $1,300. Yes, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. When did you move in?
About the middle of September 2016.
September 16th to be exact.
And when did you move out?
December the 20th, 2016.
The 21st.
Don't shout out again, otherwise I'm going to just dismiss your case. September to October, October to November, November to December. 3 months. How many times did you pay her rent?
3.
How much did you give her each month?
$325 for rent, and it varied each month as far as.
No, so you paid her $325 each month for rent, September to October, October to November, November to December. Is that true?
No, ma'am.
Of course not, because you don't even say that in your answer. Because you say, about a month after I was staying there, Paige asked me to pay half of the rent, which I did. That was a month later. So you lived there 3 months, but according to your answer, you only paid rent for 2 months.
Yes, ma'am. In the beginning, she agreed to help me out. I told her that I can help out with what I can, but I didn't give, we didn't have a.
So you didn't pay rent for 1 month? So
I paid every month I was there.
You didn't pay. I asked you 2 seconds ago. I said, how many months did you pay? You said, I paid $325 every month that I was there. But I remembered reading your answer, and your answer said that you didn't pay rent the first month you were there. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay. Didn't work out. It didn't work out because of some internet bill. You had your boyfriend who was staying over. Is this your boyfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
So he was staying over, and he was using your computer and whatever. She was also supposed to contribute, according to you, to the cable bill. She didn't contribute to the cable bill. She said, I don't use a computer. So what you did was you took her off the account. Then you had a fight. You had a big fight. So far, am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the big fight took place on December 20th or December 21st?
The 21st.
According to you, she damaged property. What did she damage?
The room that she had was completely furnished, and after she moved out, I went in there and she had ripped apart the bed. I'm not exactly sure what she did, but the frame, the footboard, everything was actually in the closet. Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about the fight, Miss McClendon.
On the 20th, we had already had previous arguments. That was not the first big fight. We had one before where I came to her and asked her if Drew's going to be living there, I feel like he should pay a third of the rent. and I don't have a TV. I don't watch TV. I don't feel like I should have to pay half of a cable bill. And she said, but you use the Wi-Fi. And I agreed. Yes, I do. And I will pay half of the Wi-Fi bill. I went online. I looked up how much their highest cable service was, which was $39.99. And I told her that I would pay half of that. But she told me that because it's a bundled deal, I still have to pay half of the
So that was
whole
what
bill.
the fight was about.
That's what started it, yes.
Okay, and then it escalated from there. Does your boyfriend still come over to visit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. What's your permanent address?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Your permanent address?
It's in Douglasville, Georgia. One road over from her. It's 29.
No, that's my address.
Oh, that's her address. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Very good.
I'm sorry. Yes, it's.
Can I?
It's 30. It's 3865.
Your face just got really red, sir.
Yes,
Do you
yes, sir.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm very nervous.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
We watch your show.
Jump.
We do.
She owes you so far $325 in rent for the 1 month that she was there that she didn't pay rent. She didn't pay $1,300 a month in the hotel. She owes you $325 a month in rent. Okay. Did you break the bed?
No, ma'am.
What did you do with the bed?
As she said, the room was completely furnished. I didn't have anything. And upon me moving in, she said, I have a bed in there. It's really old. It's my son's bed, but you could use it. It was really shaky. Even if you leaned on it, there's a board in the front that would fall off. So all I did is take it apart and put it aside. I put my mattresses on the floor so that I could just sleep on the floor.
And is that what you did?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I believe you.
Yes, ma'am.
Next.
I'm sorry.
What else? She's not paying for the cable. She's not paying for the bed. She's paying you so far $325
Yes, ma'am.
for the month's rent that she didn't pay. What else?
Well, when she moved in, before she moved in, and I have proof on text messages, that I told her that it was going to be half of the rent and half of the bills.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. She's going to pay you $325 for rent. Are we done with that part?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, she's not paying for the cable. He pays for the cable. He pays for the cable. I believe her story about the bed. Now, what property do you say she took without permission?
All the linens, all the towels, everything that she used while she was in the house were mine. And then when she left, she took all of the sheets, the blankets, and I'm missing quite a few towels, so I can only assume that they were in her room.
Did you take these sheets and towels when you left?
No, ma'am. My bed was stripped when I came in. She even took my sheet that was on the bed and a pillow.
Okay, now I'm going to your counterclaim. Counterclaim is for the destruction of clothes and personal belongings and harassment. Go.
The first time that I left on the day that it happened.
You mean on the 21st of December?
Yes, ma'am. When I left, that morning, I woke up. I had my best friend's son there with me, my godson. I woke up. I put him in the shower. I went back to my room. When I came out the room, immediately she came out because our rooms were right next to each other. She came out and she started, Mr. Dan will be here at 10 o'clock. Do you have the rent? I didn't say nothing to her because we'd already fought the night before. So I didn't say nothing to her. As I'm going into the bathroom.
Just a second. So she came out to you on December 21st.
That morning.
And she said to you, Mr. Dan is going to be here for the rent, which would have been the rent from December to January.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you said?
I didn't say anything because we were already arguing. I didn't want it to escalate.
So you said nothing.
I walked through the door because I was ignoring her. As I'm closing the door, I'm facing the wall. She literally football tackles through the door and it hit me in the back of the head. I did then turn around and I grabbed her by the face, pushed her backwards. I seen her glasses go up and then I stopped because I remembered that Kanan was in the shower and I told her to get out. I never said anything else to her. After that, she did leave. She left out, and I called her, my best friend, Nikki, immediately and asked her to come get me. I don't want to go to jail. I just want to get out of here. So I finished my shower. I grabbed, everything that I could grab. When I returned, the door lock to the door had been completely changed. I could not get in.
When did you return?
That night to get the rest of my stuff. I called the cops out to come out and escort me into the house. When I got in there, like I said, the bed had been stripped. All of my clothes had been spread out all over the floor. There were no towels in my stuff.
Just a second. Your clothes were spread out and?
All over the floor, and there was wet cereal dumped all over my clothes.
You have pictures?
No, ma'am, I did not take pictures.
You have a phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Does your phone have a camera?
Yes, ma'am.
So why didn't you take a picture of what it looked like?
I didn't take pictures because I honestly thought that after I left, I didn't have to deal with it anymore. I just wanted to be done.
Fine. Judging for the plaintiff, the amount of $325. We're finished. Thank you. Ms. Mack, it is your claim that the Herrera's dog bit your 8-year-old son.
Yes, ma'am.
On what date did this happen?
February 19th this year.
How long have the two of you been neighbors?
I've lived there almost 2 years. This July will be 2 years.
You?
We've lived there for almost 7 years.
You have 2 dogs?
I have 4 dogs.
4 dogs. What kind of dogs do you have?
I have a mutt, and then I have a Chowini and 2 Chihuahuas.
A what?
A mutt. She's a mixture of all sorts of. And then a Chowini. It's a Chihuahua and a wiener dog.
Oh my goodness. That's some combo. I don't think I've ever seen that. And 2 Chihuahuas. So you have small dogs?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any animals?
No, ma'am.
This is your son?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he want a dog?
He does.
How many times has he asked you for a dog?
More than I can count.
Right. So he likes them. He likes to play with them.
Yes.
And I assume he plays with the Herrera's dogs.
With their dogs, I don't believe so. Their dogs are rarely out on a leash. I've never really seen them.
Okay. Are you immediate next door neighbors?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a fence between the two properties? No. On the 19th, what time did this happen?
It was approximately 5 p.m.
And you didn't witness it?
Correct.
Who did?
Skylar did.
Our son, Skylar.
You were outside. And you were there. You got bit.
Yes.
Right?
Ma'am.
You want to come up here and tell me about it? Tell me your first name.
Malik.
Malik, do you remember the incident with the Herrera's dogs? You don't?
No.
With the little Chihuahua?
No.
Don't remember?
No.
Okay, good. You can go and sit down. Want to come sit up here? Tell me your first name.
Skylar.
You were out with the dogs?
Yes.
How many of the dogs did you have out?
2.
Which 2?
The mutt and the Chowini.
That the Chihuahua? No,
Yes.
don't look at them. Look at me. Do you understand? I'm not frightening, am I? A little bit? A little bit?
No.
No, good. All right. All you have to do is tell me the truth, and then we don't have a problem.
Okay.
Got it? 13. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what happens when you lie to your parents?
Yes.
Right. You know how you don't want to lie to your parents? You don't want to lie to me worse. Where were you walking the dogs?
Behind my house.
In your yard?
Yes.
Would you tell me what happened?
My mutt was twisting around my arm, and so the Chowini's leash came off and slipped and ran after him and nipped at him.
Ran after whom?
Malik.
And where was Malik when the Chowini nipped at him?
Between our houses in the middle.
Okay, so it was not necessarily in your yard.
Yes.
It could have been in Malik's yard.
Yes.
Good. Okay, now you can sit down. Okay. That was easy. Because that was a little bit different from what I have here. You have a video? Who has a
Yes,
video?
ma'am.
What do you want to show me?
On the video, it shows Malik running from their dogs, and there was actually 3 of them chasing him, not 2. The bite actually happened right off camera, and then it shows him run into the frame of the camera and onto our trash cans by our porch. It's my home surveillance.
I'd like to see it, but according to the Herrera's son, they're responsible for the dog bite. Got it. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Herrera, when I first read your answer, which is totally different from what your son tells me and totally different from this video, I was sympathetic with you. You know, you said that their little boy went into your yard and was teasing your dogs, and as a result of that, got bitten.
Yes.
But that's not what happened.
That is what happened.
No, that's not what he said. That's not what your son said. Your son said that the larger dog twisted his leash around his arm, and the other leash slid off, so the dog was free, and chased Malik, and he was in his yard.
But Malik was in our yard teasing him prior to that, and he was running from the back of my yard into the yard when it happened.
Who saw that?
He does that weekly.
I don't care whether... Who saw that on February 19th?
Skylar did.
That's not what he told me.
Well, that is what happened.
Well, I don't know if that's what happened. It's not what he told me.
Could you please ask him again?
No, now I'm not going to ask him again, because now he just heard you tell me. I was very clear. I said, what happened? And he didn't say to me. He was teasing the dog. He was screaming at the dog. He was shaking a stick at the dog. He said what happened was he was out walking 2 dogs. 1 leash got away from him. Well, clearly he was being chased by 2 dogs. Clearly in the video it shows him being chased by 2 dogs.
But the video does not show where he was behind my house, not on the side, teasing my dog. I was sitting in my living room chair, and I could hear Skylar even say, Malik, please don't tease the dog.
Do you remember teasing the dogs?
No, ma'am.
You don't remember getting bitten either?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
I think he's just being shy right now. He remembers. He was telling the story.
Okay. Well, I see that he was bitten, and I see that he was frightened. You have to be careful. Even with little dogs, you have to be careful. Okay, I'd like to see the medical bills.
Yes, ma'am.
Who were the other children there? There were other children, more than just...
Yeah, it's our other side next door neighbors playing in our yard.
With you?
No.
With whom?
With my littler siblings.
Well, I have one emergency room, and then I have...
At that particular hospital, the ER bills separate from the actual doctor, but that was the same visit. They told me before we left there they would bill separately. I also let the defendants know that when I talked to Frank.
Okay, and you had no health insurance?
Correct.
Okay, so the total charges were $383 and $438?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you present these two bills, which total $821, to the Herreras?
Yes, I did, on 2 separate occasions because they came in the mail separately.
And what did they say?
The first one, when I went over to their house, they actually weren't home, so I taped it to the inside of their glass screen door, along with a note just saying, hey, this is the bill. I wanted to try to see if you wanted to resolve it between the two of us. If not, then, I'll have to take it further. Frank actually came to my house 2 days later, asking me, was Malik okay, and talking about the bill, and he said that they didn't have any problem paying it, but on the bill it does not state that this bill is for the dog bite, so he wanted basically proof that that's what this bill was for. I actually contacted the hospital the next day to see if they could give me something like that, and they said because of HIPAA laws, they couldn't put the reason for the visit on the actual bill. The next bill came in about 2 or 3 days later. That one I attached to their vehicle that was in their driveway, along with another note explaining what I just said about the HIPAA laws, and that if I didn't hear anything from them soon, that I would just take it to court, and I never heard anything from them again.
Well, both bills show the date of the visit is February 19th.
I mean, I'm the type of person I ain't gonna pay a bill that don't show exactly what it's supposed to be.
Well, now you'll pay the bill. Now you'll pay the bill because it's an emergency visit on February 19th. You saw the video. That's why she took the child to the emergency room. There was no other reason for her to take the child to the emergency room other than that. Now do you understand? So you should have paid the bill. Would have saved you an awful lot of trouble.
Yes, I understand that part, but not showing exactly who the person was. That's all I was asking for it to show what the person wanted, what it was for.
It says who the person is.
But can you look at these, please?
I'm looking here. This is from Malik Mack.
Yes, but the ones that we received.
Oh, okay. Maybe the ones that you received didn't have. This one shows the person who was treated.
Yes, it shows it on those.
On the copy
No, it shows it on yours, sir. Malik Mack.
It has it on there.
And this one is patient's name, Malik Mack. What?
This is the first time we've ever seen any video.
Okay.
I have gone to the office at our park to see if we could get the video, and we have been informed that the park says that her surveillance cameras do not work.
I've never received any requests for the video.
Just a second. She didn't just create that video. You wanted me to play it again so you can see it's your dogs?
I believe that those are my dogs, but I don't believe that he was bitten. He might have been scratched.
I have pictures
Judgment
of
for
the
the
dog
plaintiff
bite.
in the amount of $821. We're finished. Thank you. Mr. Burns, this is your complaint. You had purchased a car.
Yes.
You were behind in the payments.
Yes.
Mr. Kimball owns a tow truck, and it is his job on behalf of lending institutions to repossess property that has not been paid for. So your car was parked either on the street or in your house.
Yes, in front of my house.
And this was September 25th last year. Neighbor came to you in your house and said, someone's taking your car. You got outside and you saw Mr. Kimball in his tow truck down the street with your car attached.
No.
Tell me where you saw his car.
I observed Mr. Kimball at the end, like a block away on the passenger side of my car, removing items. At the same time, I was talking to the police when the neighbor had came and got me. I live in a high crime neighborhood area, and first thing she said, it's a black tow truck, and they took your car and went and rolled off.
So the car was attached to the tow truck?
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Now, at the time, you knew that you were behind in payments on the car.
Actually, I had spoken with the guy who...
At the time, you were behind in payments on the car. You acknowledged it
Yes,
here.
I knew I owed some.
Right. So an intelligent man would know that if you were behind in payments on the car, they may come and get it. Not definitely, but they may come and get it. Well, that was what he was hired for. Who hired you to do this job?
Northwest Repossession.
Do you know who hired Northwest Repossession?
The company would be Quality Auto Sales.
Did you buy your car at Quality Auto Sales?
Yes.
Well, they're the people that hired his company to get their property back. So tell me what you did.
Okay, when I observed Mr. Kimball at the end of the block removing items, I caught him on the passenger side of my car. At the same time, I was talking to 911 because I figured my car was being stolen. I had spoke to the person who I previously bought the car from, and everything was fine.
I don't believe that, and you don't have that person here.
Okay.
Okay, because the person that you bought the car from hired his company to repossess your car.
Okay, at the same time.
Okay. So now, just tell me what you did.
Okay, I talked to the police. I asked him who was he. He never identified who he was.
Just a second. I want to know what you did. You ran to the end of the block where he was.
No, we drove to the end of the block and I observed him.
Who drove
My wife did.
So your wife drove in her car
Yes.
to the end of the block, and then what did you do?
I was on the phone with 911, and I told them that I see the guy right
Just a
there.
second. I didn't ask you what you told anybody.
Okay, I
said,
didn't do
what
anything.
did-
I approached him and asked him who was he.
Just a second. So you approached him.
Yes.
Where was he when you approached him?
The passenger side of the car.
And what did he say to you?
He didn't say anything. He just got up and ran around to the driver's side of the tow truck. And by me living in a high crime neighborhood area, if he would have told me who he was, the situation would have been ended. He didn't identify himself or who he was or who had sent him. It's normally known in my neighborhood. I just live in Chicago, high crime area, and they known for taking cars on tow trucks and driving off. You never find your car again. I asked him who was he. He never identified himself in a professional manner. So I proceeded to talk to the police. I'm like, he right here. He tried to run around and jump in the car. When he jumped in the tow truck, he tried to close the door, and I'm like, he never identified. I'm like, who are you? I'm steady asking him, who is he? He never said anything. So I'm telling the police, next thing I know, he put the truck in drive and almost hit me with the tow truck, so I had to grab on to the handle. It's a safety bar on the side of the tow truck. When he drove off, like in a high rate of speed. So I wasn't finna let him get out of my sight because he never identified himself. I feel if he would have identified himself.
I know that you said that already. What I'm hearing is, and reading,
Yes.
that you wrote, you jumped on the sideboard.
Yes.
Okay, you jumped on the sideboard and held onto the sideboard.
Yes.
And he was driving off.
Yes.
At a high rate of speed.
Yes.
And then what happened?
He veered on the south side of the street, crashing into some parked cars with me stuck in between the doors.
Now you tell me your version, because we'll get to what the lawsuit is about, because he filed charges against you for assault.
Yes.
You say that they were false. Now he's going to tell me his version of the events. Go.
Hi, Your Honor.
Okay, you were hired, that's your job, to repossess property that hasn't been paid for.
Correct.
You got an order to pick up his car.
Correct.
Start from there.
Okay, so I picked the vehicle up, Your Honor. About 7 blocks away, I secured the vehicle.
How many blocks away from his house?
About 7 blocks.
Go ahead.
So as I was securing the vehicle to my tow truck, Mr. Burns came up to me, and he was very defensive.
Don't tell me what you thought about his posture.
Okay, he asked me, what were you doing? What are you doing?
And what did you say?
I said, sir, your car's up for repossession. He said, the car's not up for repossession. He got aggressive, started coming towards me. I backed up. I kept backing up, and I went in my truck. He said, put the vehicle down before I beat your, excuse my language. I told him I can't put the vehicle down until I close the door. He did not want to hear that. He stood on the running board. I put the vehicle on drive because it was already secure. I started driving at a slow speed. He grabbed onto the steering wheel, and then we had smacked into a car. Prior to this, before he had jumped on a running board, he hit me in my side about 2 or 3 times.
Where was he when he hit you in your side?
He's standing on the running board of the truck.
Okay, so he's standing on the running board of the truck, and you're inside the truck.
Correct, I'm sitting.
And he's standing on the running board.
Correct.
And how did he hit you?
He punched me to the side, so like in my ribs. So if I'm sitting here right now, and he's standing right here, he would hit me in my side.
Where was the car that he drove up in?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
You didn't see a car?
Well, he was parked in the street in the city streets, so every car is parallel parking. There's tons of...
From his house, he said his wife drove him to where you were.
Okay.
Did you see her?
When he approached, there was a female in the car, yes.
Did you see what she was doing as this was going on?
She was just sitting in the vehicle.
Now, when you say you secured the vehicle, what do you have to do to secure the vehicle?
You have to put a safety chain on the vehicle, so the vehicle, when you drive away, it doesn't fall off.
Okay.
So for safety
But you
features,
did, in fact, drive it away a certain,
Yes.
you said a few blocks.
Correct.
How was it attached to the tow truck then?
Well, because when you pick the vehicle up, it has claws and mechanism that sits where the tires are. So it sits on the tow truck. You can continue to drive away, but you go to a certain distance to secure it. This way, when you're on the highway or something, you know, if the car, if it was to fall off, it's not going to hit somebody or et cetera.
Okay. So then you stopped, when you felt it was safe, you stopped to secure it.
Correct.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to take a look at it. And do you have the work order to pick up the
Yes,
car?
I do.
I'd also like to take a look at that. Do you have any other police report?
No, this is all they gave me, ma'am.
Do you have any police report?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
Upon the accident, when the police arrived on the scene, I left in the ambulance because I was injured. And when I got there, they signed me out, and they came with that charge that he talking about that I hit him. That's what the officer said. Not the police officer, but the sergeant. Because the other officers was like, man, We didn't even have time for this. You know, you should have left the scene. That's what the black officers, they was just saying all type of observe.
Just a second. Don't tell me what anybody said to you,
Okay.
Mr. Burns.
Okay.
You were wrong.
No.
You were wrong.
No,
He
ma'am.
had authorization to take, just pay attention.
Okay.
He had authorization to take your car. You had no business. You had no business to get on the running board of his truck to endanger him, other people that may be out there. I know you're shaking your head no. I know you're shaking your head no. Bottom line is, he had the right to have possession of your car. That's what this order says. He had the right to have possession of your car. You had no right to take control of his car by getting on the running board. And because you did that, you caused an accident. Now, he had a lawful order to take possession of your car. You did not have any right to get on his tow truck.
No, ma'am.
Well, I say yes, you say no. I'm telling you, that's the law. You had no right to put your feet.
Your Honor, can
Are you asking me?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have pictures of the accident?
Yes.
Also, ma'am, to say, add one more thing. I was never given an accident report or put in the accident. They never said I caused the accident or anything.
I just told you you caused an accident.
Oh, okay.
The side of his truck says Northwest Recovery, Inc. What do you think that means?
I didn't know what
With
it
his
meant.
license number.
I didn't know what it meant, because yes, but if I would have got a letter saying that it was anything, I never received anything
it's where
saying
we
I
are.
was
We're all
behind.
somebody else's fault. Mr. Burns, you have no case.
Yeah.
No, it was court cases, Your Honor. It went to court and it was continued and continued and continued due
You
to
have to
missing.
You have to show me that you weren't paid for those, won't you? Miss Woods, the defendant was your boyfriend, and you were living in one state. He got a job in another state, and according to your complaint, his job was a very good one. You had a job where you were living, but you decided to move with him to this new state. Which new state was he going to?
Ohio.
Ohio. And you had been living in?
North Carolina.
Okay. You have a child?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you had a job at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were living together in North Carolina?
Yes, ma'am.
How long had you been living together?
About a year.
So Mr. Smith got a new job, and the new job, in addition to making more money, according to you, gave him a relocation fee. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
How much was the relocation fee?
$5,000.
And when did you get that?
About 4 days after we moved in.
It is your claim two things. A, that you signed a lease with him together when you moved in. That whole thing didn't last very long.
Correct.
You left and just were notified that you stuck with the lease, so you want him to be responsible for that. And you also claim that you paid for the moving costs with his assurance that when he got the moving bonus, that he would reimburse you. That's your claim.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you move? In what month?
October 31st.
When did your new job start, Mr. Smith?
October 31st. It was on a Monday.
And how much did the move cost you?
$550.
And how much of that $550, Mr. Smith, did you pay?
When we moved, it wasn't something that I should reimburse. We made the decision to move together.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. That wasn't my question. My question is, if the move cost $500, I assume you have bills for that?
Yes, ma'am.
The move cost $550. My question is, how much of that did you pay?
Oh, we paid out of pocket for each.
What does that mean?
It's not something that she paid for alone.
Well, I'd like to see your bills for the move.
Yes, ma'am. That's going to be $300, and here it's going to be another one as well.
What's point of sale debit? What does that mean?
It is under there. It's the Havenwood Townhomes. I paid the $300 deposit down on the place before we actually moved. They took out $100 to start off, and once we got approved, they took out another $200. That was the money my mother had loaned me for the U-Haul, and I had paid her back. And it was in our agreement that he would pay me back for the both when he got the $5,000, which he did not get back 4 days after we moved. It was
That's for the lease.
the deposit for the lease, yes, ma'am.
And what was the other $250 for?
We didn't agree for me to pay her back.
You moved October 31st. When did you move home?
I moved home on December 15th.
So you were there 6 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what did you do with the $5,000 moving
After
expenses?
taxes, it was around $3,000. I used that to pay the bills, first month's rent, everything.
Okay.
Help with the appliances. And,
Just a second.
Yes.
You did that to pay first month's rent.
Right.
Did you pay any part of the rent the first month?
Our first month's rent was free. We did not have to pay anything because we had moved at the last of the month. We did not have to pay anything until December.
So it went to pay December's rent, but you already started working October 31st,
yes.
according to you.
That was my first day. It was just,
Well, that's okay. You paid October 31st. How often do you get paid in this job? Every 2 weeks?
every 2 weeks.
So that you got 2 paychecks.
That-
Listen to me carefully. You got 2 paychecks by the time December's rent floated around. I'm asking you what you did with the $5,000.
I got the $3,000 after taxes on that Thursday. Used that money to catch up the bills that I were behind.
Which one?
Paid my truck payment.
Your truck. What else?
I have a loan payment I paid for.
A loan. Your loan. For what?
There's a bank loan that I owed the bank a few years ago.
What else?
That's all I paid for myself. And then we went out, I bought, washer and dryer.
Where is the washer and dryer?
I sold it after she left.
What else?
I paid for get the lights switched over, the main bills that we needed to get moved in.
So far, he owes you $550. Now, you want to tell me why you left on December 15th?
Yes, ma'am. It had all started, he was working nights, and every day when he got up, he was really antsy and ill. And I had asked him to get up. I did not have a vehicle at the time. I said, we have stuff that we need to do. And we got into an argument about it. And I said, well, if you could pay me back the money that you owed me originally, I could be able to, get me a vehicle so that I could go and not have to wake you up in the afternoons. But I have a child, and she has places and things that she needs to do as well. And he said, well, I told you that I'm going to pay you back the money, but it's going to be a couple paychecks because, I paid off what I had to pay off, and I don't have any money to give you.
She don't even have a license. She don't have a license.
She may not have a license, but that doesn't mean the argument didn't happen.
Right.
I have a text message stating right here that he had told me to pack my stuff and get out. And since I did not have a license or a car, I had arranged for a lady that I knew personally for years to come pick me up.
Okay. Did you stay in the apartment? It's not an answer.
Yes. I finished out December, and then I moved out right after she had left.
Why?
Because I couldn't really afford the place by myself.
Well, she wasn't working when she came out there. You were working.
Yes, but she had got a job when we got out there. I was working 12-hour nights, and she was supposed to get bartend or serve on nights that I was off. And most mornings when I got off work at 7, I get home by 7:30. She had a job to be at 11.
Well, you told her to leave.
We got in arguments. We was on and off for a year and a half.
I understand that, but you told her to pack up and leave.
We say things we don't mean when we're mad.
Well, sometimes you mean them, and sometimes you don't. Are you working now?
Yes.
Good. Where do you work?
Same place, plastic packaging.
That's fine. And are you working?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then I assume the landlord will garnish both of your wages. If he didn't re-rent the property, did he or she re-rent the property?
I'm sure they have.
I'm not sure about that. I have tried to contact the place a couple times. They won't return any phone calls.
I can't help you with that. You signed a lease. You're responsible for the lease. He didn't stay there either. The two of you left. It was the idea that between the two of you, you would have enough income to support that apartment. I can't help you with that, but I can help you with the $550, which I believe he agreed to pay you back from his $5,000 moving bonus. Well, the moving expenses, truck fees, etc., that amounts to the $550. Is that correct?
Yes, the moving truck and the...
Okay. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $550. We're done. Mr. and Mrs. Purcell, you purchased a lottery ticket.
Correct.
Where did you purchase it?
A bar next to our home.
And where is that?
In Sandy, Oregon.
When did you purchase it?
February 20th, 2016.
How much did you pay for the lottery ticket, and what were the prizes?
We paid $20 for 20 games. It was an 8-spot Keno ticket.
Have you played this particular lottery before? And it's an Oregon lottery.
Yes, and yes, we have.
Did you ever win before?
Yes.
And prior to this ticket, how much had you won before?
We won one for $600 once.
And that's the only time?
No, we've won a couple for about that amount.
A couple for $600. So it more than paid for itself?
Yes.
I assume. That's
yes.
why you keep playing. Lucky people.
Yeah, we've lost a few too.
Hmm?
We've lost a few too.
I can imagine. People usually only talk about their wins.
Absolutely.
So you bought this lottery ticket, and lo and behold, you won. How much did you win?
$1,750.
And you found out that you won how?
Well, my husband went and checked the Did You Win machine, and it said, "You're a winner. Please see your retailer." So he brought it up to the bartender, who is our witness, Tria, and she scanned the ticket. Now, if you win over $600, it doesn't tell you immediately how much you won. You have to go back and check the numbers, and then you can find out how much you won. But we had hit 7 out of the 8 numbers, and that paid $1,750.
What did you do next?
Celebrated. And then the next day, I went and got a claim form, which you can get right there at the saloon. And I brought it home, and Dave, my husband, filled it out the next day.
Listing your name, your address?
It was in my name. He put the claim form in my name. He even took a picture of the ticket.
Okay.
We put it in the claim form and sent it out the next day.
And you have a picture of the ticket?
Yes.
Correct.
And then what do? They send you a check?
Yeah, you send it into Salem, Oregon, and it usually takes about 3 days to get it back.
And it didn't come back?
And it didn't come back.
And you began investigating, and you had the picture of the ticket with the numbers.
Yeah, we waited the 2 weeks that they tell you to wait. On the 15th day, I called down there to Lottery and gave her my last name and the numbers. I said, we didn't receive our money. Well, they didn't have any of our information. So I told Dave, someone claimed our ticket. Somebody stole our ticket. So that's when I put in a public records request through the Lottery and received his information.
Okay, and that's how we get to the defendant who cashed your lottery ticket.
Correct.
Okay. First, I'd like to see a photo of the ticket.
He has it on his phone that is actually date stamped. I have a picture of it here, but if you'd like to see it with the date on it,
I would.
That's the picture of the ticket, and then he has it on his phone also. That was taken in February.
Got it. Okay.
We also have our claim form. If you'd like to see that.
I would. As a matter of fact, I'd like to have it up here.
You'd notice the date, it's the 22nd of February.
Okay, did you contact Mr. Linwood personally?
I contacted him through Facebook.
And did he respond?
Yes, after a couple of attempts.
Okay, and what did he say to you when he responded on Facebook?
I'd be glad to show you that.
I'd like to see it.
I draw your attention to the last few.
I'm going to read them all.
Yeah, because he does change his story a couple of times. Okay.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Linwood?
I drive forklift, I do retail, and I do warehouse work.
Let's try to get one cogent story, sir.
Okay.
On what date did this lottery ticket come into your possession?
It had to have been February 27th or probably the beginning of March.
And how did it come into your possession?
Came into my possession, my father-in-law at the time, he contacted me one morning saying, "Hey, I won a lottery ticket of $1,750. I said, "Oh, wow, that's awesome." He said, "Well, could you help me out? It's unsigned. Can you turn it in for me? Because if I turn it in, I'm afraid that child support will take most of it." And I said, "Yeah, sure."
Stand up. What do you do for a living?
I'm a well driller.
What's your last name?
Richard.
On what date did this lottery ticket come into your possession?
It was on a Friday night. I was at a bar called the Country Corral.
You go to the bar often?
No, I played video poker that night.
Is this bar near to where you live?
Close, yes.
You never know where I'm going to be going, Mr. Richard.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I got you.
So it's close to where you live, and you've lived at this address for how long?
Probably 2 months at the time.
Why 2 months?
Because I relocated.
With whom did you relocate?
My daughter and my son-in-law.
The three of you moved into this place together. Am I understanding that you moved into this new place 2 months before, so that would have been in December, with the defendant and your daughter?
Correct.
You see how you don't know where I'm going, so you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. So now you're at a place with Mr. Linwood, and Mr. Linwood just told me that he got a call from you. Now he lives with you. Why do you think that I would believe that since you were living with him, he would call you instead of discussing it with you when he saw you at home. Why do you think that, Mr. Linwood?
Well,
You have to think fast. Just tell me why you think that he would call you, and you would have a record of that, correct? On your phone log that he called you.
I do not, Your Honor. It was
right.
an old
Now,
phone.
but why do you think he would call you instead of discussing it with you in person? Because clearly he wanted you to do something illegal, right? Right? If he was looking to avoid child support, he was looking to do something illegal, right?
Yes.
Isn't that something you would want to discuss in person with somebody rather than over the phone?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
So why would you think if he was living with you, he would discuss that with you over the phone? And by the way, where did you get the call?
I got the call. I was at my house, and
where was he?
He's not always at the house.
It's going to get better. I'm going to enjoy it better. All right. Now, Mr. Richard.
Your Honor?
Do you understand? This is not going to turn out well for you or for him, because I read his texts back and forth to the plaintiffs. And his texts back and forth suggests to me he clearly knew that he came into possession of this lottery ticket that did not belong to him. And you knew that if you were involved, that you came into possession of the lottery ticket that didn't belong to you, because immediately what he said was, please don't go to the cops. I will have your money, please. And the first thing he said was that you gave him the lottery ticket as a gift.
As a gift.
As a gift. But then he said that you didn't give it to him as a gift. He said you asked him to cash it for you so that you could avoid child support. Which one do you think it is?
Gift.
It was a gift to him.
Yes.
Well, then he had the money, you see. Then 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, he had the money. He said, I didn't spend most of it. I have $900. Then he said, I have $1,400. I have to wait until I get paid, but I'll get it all back to you. And then all of a sudden, your tone changed, Mr. Linwood.
Yes, it did, Your Honor.
And why did your tone change?
Your Honor, my father-in-law told me...
Your father-in-law is a liar. So he can sit down. Sit. And so are you. In a short space of 2 pages, you changed your story 3 times.
Yes, I
and
did.
You swore, and just a second, and you swore to me that he is a liar. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because he just said to me that it was a gift to you. And your answer says he asked me to cash the lottery ticket for him, and this is a sworn deposition, because at the time he owed back child support, and he was afraid that his winnings would be taken away from him. Now, he just swore to me that he made this lottery ticket gift as a gift to you.
It was not a gift, Your Honor.
Well, so then you just called him a liar. So he's a liar.
Yes.
That's what I said. That's why I told him to sit down. You see, and you came together. And you two are so stupid you can't even get your stories together. You slept in the same hotel room last night and you can't get your stories together. They ought to give a prize for stupid. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,750. We're done.
I bought the car in May of 2017.
How much did you pay for it?
$14,000.
Did you have a note on the car, or
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
pay cash? So if you had a note on the car, then, Miss Giles, you had to have insurance, full insurance on the car, correct?
Yes,
of
ma'am.
course, you had to have insurance. And your car was stolen.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you report it stolen to the police?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you collect on the insurance?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Why not?
The transmission went out in the car, and I wasn't driving it, so I did not pay the insurance.
So you didn't pay the insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a big problem. You had a contract to pay the insurance, right? So somebody gave you $14,000. How much did you put down on the car, Miss Giles?
I put down $1,000.
And so you took out a loan for $13,000. Did you pay off that loan?
No, ma'am.
And you didn't have insurance?
I had insurance.
But then you didn't have insurance while you were supposed to have insurance.
Yes, ma'am.
So you stiffed the bank.
I'm still paying on the car note.
Show me. I want to see that you're still paying on the car note. $13,000, because that would be very interesting to me if you're still paying on the car note of a car that you don't have, and all you're suing the defendant for is $700 and then $900. And the other is for punitive damages for losing my car. So you paid him $900 and he didn't fix your car. So I want you to show me that all the payments that you made in January, February, March, April on the car of this year.
Okay.
But don't waste my time.
I'm not wasting your time. I did. They were paid, ma'am. I'm not wasting your time.
Fine. So you've been paying on the car for March and April. What's the monthly payment?
The payment is $298.
Okay. March and April payments.
Yes, ma'am. I have those payments. I also have the way that I paid them, and I also have the text message stating that when Mr. Egan got my car.
No. I don't want all of that.
Here you go.
This tells me nothing.
That is the payment.
That tells me nothing. Your car payment, is, according to you, is $298. That's your car payment.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to circle on here your car payment for February and March.
Okay.
Return that. I don't want that piece of paper. That's nonsense. $298. I didn't see any payment for $298 anywhere.
I paid extra in February. I paid $350 in February, ma'am.
Just a second. Why would you pay $350 in February?
Because I was in between jobs. I was a little behind. So I made sure to catch up my February payment.
Just a second. So you were a little behind. How many months behind were you?
I wasn't any months behind, ma'am. Maybe a couple of days or maybe a half of, like I maybe paid half of, last month or something like that. But I think maybe with interest, like I said, I paid $350 in February for my full car payment, which I have right here. It says paid in full.
Can I see what you're showing me? Just a second. Let me see paid in full. Don't give me a
February.
lot of papers. Let me see paid in full.
That's February.
For February. Well, the total amount due February 1st, according to this, was $773.89. That's on February 1st. And on February 9th, you paid, according to this, $350. On total amount due, $773.89. That's what this says. Now you can show me this same thing from March. So far, you're at least a month behind. That's what this says.
I have my full payment history right here, and it's not...
You just, Miss Giles, you just handed me this thing that says...
That was from a statement that they gave me in February.
In February, that says $733 that was due and owing. You made a payment to them of $350 on February 9th. Then sometime in February, the car's transmission, according to you, when did the car's transmission go?
In March, ma'am. I just tried to show
Just a
you.
second. In March, the transmission went. Now you're going to show me March's payment.
I have
March's payment.
Yes, ma'am. When my transmission went out, ma'am, I spoke with the bank. The bank told me that I could pay them.
Don't tell me what the bank told you, Miss Giles. This is your problem with me. Your problem with me is that right now you don't, according to you and according to the defendant, nobody knows where your car is.
My car just came up missing last Monday, ma'am.
If your car came up missing last Monday, it's very possible that it got repossessed by the bank.
It did not get repossessed, ma'am. I'm trying to explain to you what happened, ma'am. In March, I spoke with my bank because my transmission stopped working the beginning days of March. I spoke with my bank, ma'am. Just
said, you're not, Miss Giles, you're not going to tell me what the bank said to you.
You
showed me.
I can show you, ma'am. I can show you. I have paperwork and documents. I was granted an extension if I paid.
Just a second. Show me where the bank granted you an extension in March.
Yes, ma'am. I have it right here. Yes, ma'am.
Just show me where the bank granted
it's
you.
It's all right here. Yes,
don't give me a lot of papers.
It's not. It's not a lot. It's not a lot.
Show me the paper where the bank granted you an extension in March.
Here you go. It shows right here.
Good. Okay. According to this, on March 31st, you signed this agreement that indicated your payment would be due on April 1st.
No, ma'am, it's May 1st.
No.
It's May 1st, ma'am.
Okay.
that
Let me
April
read
was
this
the
to you.
month. that
Please
was-
be advised that this agreement will be revoked and null and void if you fail to sign and return this agreement by February 12th. The contract will be extended and your regular payment will be due on April 1st, 2018, provided you sign this agreement and return it. The agreement was sent to you on March 29th. Following that payment, your next regular payment due is 4/1/2018, and every month thereafter until your new maturity date, which will be August 1st, 2023. That's what it says.
That's not what I was told.
Well,
That's not what they just told me upstairs when I called.
I want you to
have the payment.
Ms. Giles, get this absolutely correctly. What you handed me said your payment was due April 1st. Right now, you don't know where the car is. Shh! You don't know where the car is. According to you, it was taken last Monday.
Yes, ma'am. I have a police
just a
report.
second. According to you, it was taken last Monday. You found it missing, right?
It was at the shop where
Just
he
a
had me to tow it to. I was going back to check on it, and they told me that it was gone, that it was there that morning, but by the time I made it on Monday, it was gone.
It was gone. And what was last Monday's date?
It was the 16th.
Your payment was supposed to be received by them April 1st. What I'm telling you, Miss Giles, is either one of two things happened, Miss Giles. Either
Ma'am, my payment is due on May 1st.
Show me just a second.
They gave me April, and I was supposed to start my first. My payment is due May 1st. When I
Just show
just
me
called
here.
upstairs, I can call right now.
No, don't call right now. You have a bigger problem than the $700. Miss Giles, stop with the histrionics. You have a bigger problem than the $700 you gave him for a new transmission. You have a much bigger problem. Your bigger problem is that you owe this bank $13,000 because if you didn't have insurance, and you were supposed to have insurance on a car which you owe $13,000.
Here's
that
my
means
insurance right here, ma'am. Like I tried to explain to you, I paid my insurance. When I gave my car to Mr. Egan, ma'am, my car was insured, and I paid my car insurance. But at that point, it was either get my car fixed or to, pay again the next month. After he taken my money, I could not pay my car insurance again, ma'am. I had to
So
go
either
save
you
money
had,
to get
listen
my car
to me,
fixed.
either you had insurance or you didn't have insurance.
I had
Before we
insurance when I gave Mr. Egan my car, ma'am. I had insurance in the middle of March, ma'am.
Well, if you had insurance, madam, in March, then you had insurance in April. And if you had insurance in April and if your car was stolen, then the insurance company will reimburse you. If they repossessed your car,
they did not, ma'am. I called.
Well, then,
before I reported my car stolen, my lawsuit was already filed. I filed my lawsuit on April 1st, ma'am. I did not report my car taken until
Ms.
April
Giles,
the 16th.
I'm not satisfied with this case. And if you think that you will have a better chance going back to the small claims court from where you came, I'm going to dismiss your case without prejudice. You can go back there. I'm not buying the story. Do you understand? With all your histrionics, I'm not buying this story. Go back to small claims court and maybe somebody will buy this story. I'm not buying it. Goodbye. Mr. Ramirez, how old are you, sir?
I'm 22.
What do you do for a living?
I work at a restaurant. I'm a server.
In what restaurant?
Ramen by York.
And where is it located?
In Highland Park.
What are your hours of employment, sir?
I'm part-time right now.
What are your hours of employment?
From 6 to 11.
6 p.m.
Yes, to 11 p.m.
To 11 p.m. And what do you do all day?
I'm starting school again. I just started school.
I don't care what you are doing soon. What do you do now during the day? Which school do you attend now?
I do an online schooling.
So you don't go to school, you do online, which means you work out of your house?
Yes.
And who do you live with?
My parents.
And what do they do?
Construction.
They both work?
Yes.
Are they working today?
No.
Where are they today?
They have regular activities that they do throughout the day. I have a little sister, so they take care of my sister.
What are they doing today?
I have no idea. They're out doing their own thing.
But they're not working today?
No, I don't think so.
And where is your little sister?
With them.
Well, you don't think so. Does that mean that you were home today doing your online school?
No.
What were you doing today?
I had a family emergency today.
I want to hear what the emergency was.
I had a family emergency. I had a family emergency with my brother. He has liver cirrhosis of the liver, So it was out of nowhere, and we all went to the hospital. And I just got home.
Just a second. What hospital is he in? You just told, listen to me very carefully, Mr. Ramirez. You just told me a moment ago that your parents were out doing, you don't know what today. They were out doing things, regular things, because they weren't working. That's what you told me 2 minutes ago. You told my staff in the back that you had a family emergency, but just a moment ago you said your parents were out doing their own thing. Now all of a sudden you have a family emergency and everybody was in the hospital. Listen to me very carefully, Mr. Ramirez. I'm going to explain something to you about time and other people's time. You purchased a car from Miss Rodriguez. You didn't know her before you purchased the car from her, is that correct?
Yes.
You purchased the car from her because you saw the ad online, correct? And you bought the car and you had an agreed upon price.
Yes.
I'm going to get to the rest of the facts of the case because you didn't finish paying for the car.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get to the facts of the case in a minute. I'm not finished with you about other people's time. Yeah. I spent a lot of time in school preparing for what I do. All these people work. Do you know what I mean? Work. Full time. They work. They get up in the morning and they don't go to school online. If they went to school, they actually got out, put their behind in a car, drove to school, or went to school. Do you understand? I'm here waiting for you because you couldn't get here on time. Bird is here waiting for you because you couldn't get here on time today. Most important, the lady that you stiffed on the car that you didn't know was here at 1:15, the same time you were supposed to be here. Do you understand? That is disrespectful. Stop tapping. That's disrespectful. It's disrespectful of other people's time when you're late. You see all these people sitting in the gallery? They could have been home 40 minutes ago if it wasn't for you. I could have been home 40 minutes ago and been on the treadmill if it wasn't for you. She could have been on her way home if it wasn't for you. Do you understand? That's respect for other people's time. And if you're 22 years old and you don't understand that yet, I'm prepared to give you a dress down. Now we understand each other?
Okay, but I had a family emergency.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Mr. Ramirez, I understand your words, family emergency. You told me 5 minutes ago you didn't know where your parents were. They were out doing chores because they weren't working today. And then when you realized where I was going, you went back to your original route. I had a family emergency. Now, all of a sudden your parents who were out doing chores were at a hospital with your brother who has cirrhosis of the liver? Is that what you're telling me? You forgot about that when I asked you first where your parents were? If I asked you, Mr. Ramirez, where are your parents today? And you said, we were at the hospital with my brother. That I could understand. But when I asked you where they were, uncross your hands. You said to me they were out doing their things because they're not working today. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, you bought a car from Miss Rodriguez and you agreed to pay her how much?
$1,600.
You gave her a $500 deposit. She's a trusting soul. You gave her a $500 deposit, and because you probably said to her, I'm going to pay you every month religiously until the $1,600 is paid off, just like you told me you had a family emergency, she trusted you enough to give you the registration for the car, right? Right?
Yes.
And then you were smart enough to register the car in your own name, right?
Yeah, I wasn't registered.
You've never had the car registered?
No, it wasn't registered before.
I don't care whether it was or not. You had it registered in your own name.
Yes.
And that was the last Miss Rodriguez heard from you. Now, when he purchased the car, he came, he looked like a nice young man, right?
Yes.
And he said, I promise I'll give you what? How much a month?
It was supposed to be $500 every week. For
He
2
was going to
weeks.
give you $500
Yes,
a week for 3 weeks?
December 12th was supposed to be the first payment of $500, and then December 19th was supposed to be another payment for $500, and the following week was supposed to be a payment of $100.
So what happened on December 12th?
I believe,
No, don't tell me.
I'm sorry.
December 12th comes and goes, you don't hear from him.
Yes.
And what happened?
I messaged him. I have text messages to prove it. I messaged him, and he was just giving me the runaround. It took me
That's a conclusion, giving you the runaround. You said, where's my $500? What did he say?
He told me that he was going to go to the DMV to go register because his mom wanted to make sure that the car could be registered. I told him, okay, but he still had to pay me the $500. And he said that he had to spend like $500 for the smog and to register the car. He said that he was going to go try to get a loan or borrow money from his cousin. But I told him if he pays me next week, he's going to have to pay me $1,000 because it's a late payment.
Right. Well, then he was supposed to pay you the $1,000.
Yes.
The following week, $500 a week. He doesn't make $500 a month. Serving, what kind of food do you serve? Ramen?
Yeah.
Ramen, working part-time, he doesn't make $500 a month. Now, you made a deal with her for $1,600 for her car.
Yeah. No.
What, you paid her $500 for the car. You were late coming to court today. When you called the clerk's office in the back, you said, I'm getting off the freeway. Were you riding a bicycle on the freeway?
A car.
Were you riding on the freeway? Whose car?
Your producer's car.
What happened to your car?
Because I was just getting home from the emergency that I had, and he texted me and was like, "Hey, I'm in your area. I'll go get you." And I was like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "I'm just getting home. I just got home, threw on clothes, and came." Because I had earlier this morning, I had texted. I had said like, "Hey, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I have a family emergency. I'm really sorry. Like, is there any way we could push the day or the time? Like, I just
early this morning."
Yes.
Early this morning. Well, what was your emergency early this morning? Early this morning when you called and said, is there any way we could push over the date? What was your emergency early this morning? Not at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. What was your emergency early this morning?
The same emergency I had today.
Did you, just a second, did you tell the producer that early this morning, that your brother early this morning was in the hospital with an emergency? Early this morning.
Yeah, when I say early, it's like 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock early this morning, yes.
And said?
Is there any way I could extend like a later time or the date? I would really appreciate it. Yes.
Is that what you said to her? What about the brother in the hospital with an emergency?
That's why I had texted her saying, is there any way?
That's a significant thing. That way the producer wouldn't have gotten in her car to go find you. Do you understand?
Yeah, I told her.
Do you understand? Where's the car?
What car? Her
car that you bought from.
It's parked in front of my house.
Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,100. We're done very much. Your lawsuit is, so you did no work in the house. At some point, you say you were notified, and you must have reports to show me, that there was stuff going on in the house that caused your neighbors to call the police, and the police came. There was domestic violence. When you finally heard about it, you went and you found that the whole property looked like a trash house. She had vehicles parked in the front. She had a trailer in the back, in the backyard where some other people were living.
Correct.
What kind of trailer?
I wasn't there when the trailer was there.
Well, how do you know there was a trailer there?
Because of his paperwork. It was there at one point in time, but...
So there was a trailer. Well, and let's get it straight.
Yes, there was
See
a trailer.
that he has pictures?
Yes, there was a trailer.
I mean, you can make up things. You can make up things, you know, like you're the Wicked Witch of the North, or you're like the Good Witch from the East, or whatever it is. But for him to say she had a trailer parked in the yard, that's not something that he makes up.
It was something to do with him and the people that were back there.
Who?
Gary.
You mean he had tenants living back there in a trailer?
He told them people they could put the trailer back there.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Hey, listen, I find a lot about you suspect. Just from the foot to foot, I find a lot about you suspect. Did you move the trailer back there?
I did not know.
Do you know who did?
I know who put the trailer back there, yes.
Who did?
Renee and Tyler.
Who is that?
It's a mutual friend of all of ours.
What was your relationship with the guy who was living in this house, his business partner?
We were just friends. His daughter also lived there too in the beginning. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. I was downstairs, Fred and his daughter were upstairs.
Who lived in the trailer?
Nobody lived in the trailer. The trailer was just parked there.
Now, at some point you moved to evict Miss Warburg. Tell me when you moved to evict her, and first tell me when, and then I'd like to see the paperwork indicating why, and the documentation.
That was September 12th, 2016.
Okay, tell me why.
Why? I got a call from officer of the Brooklyn Park Police Department.
Yeah, I'd like to see the report.
Okay. Here's the eviction notice.
No. First I want to see the police report.
Police reports.
And
these
then?
are for abatements, and these are from the Brooklyn Park Police.
Okay, good. Who's Kathleen Marie?
It's my friend.
And Pixley was your boyfriend?
Yes.
And you had an argument with him on July 19th?
I did.
And you wanted him out of the house?
Right.
So you told your friend who was staying with you to call the police and get him out of...
She wasn't staying with me. She was there. I was at the cemetery.
No, I understand, but she had been there for a couple of days, according to the police report.
She'd spent the night. Yes.
And you told her to call the police to have them get him out of there.
Yes.
Okay. So he didn't want to leave. You came back from the cemetery on July 19th, and then you had another fight with him, and the police came back to the house on that date. Okay. And he was off his meds. Is that correct? And he did some damage inside the house.
No, he spit on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't like break anything.
According to the police report, he.
I'm not talking to you yet. And your daughter had gotten into a verbal argument with the same boyfriend back in May?
No, that was her boyfriend.
Oh, that's a different person.
Right.
Your daughter has a drug problem?
Yes, she does.
Boyfriend too?
No.
He does not?
No, he does not. He's clean and sober.
Your Honor, I have evidence that he OD'd.
That was my boyfriend.
We're talking about her daughter's boyfriend. Kathleen is the same person.
Right.
She also called the police on the 19th, then again on July 23rd.
That's the same day. I believe that was Julie had called the police that day.
Mm-hmm.
And that was about Mariah's boyfriend. And he had showed
Was your
up.
daughter's boyfriend staying at the house?
No, he was not. Not
But
at
your
that time.
daughter was?
No, my daughter wasn't either. I had custody of their kids at that time.
Our kids?
Mariah's, my daughter's children, my grandchildren.
How old are they?
2 and 5.
You have them through the foster care system?
I did.
So what was she doing in the house?
She wasn't there.
She was in your house.
What date was that?
Whatever date it was, what was she doing in the house?
No, in the beginning she was allowed there. It was after she didn't show up to court, and I believe that was in July or August. It was in August, and then she wasn't allowed there. But they were allowed to see the kids. Both her and Philip were. Philip's got custody of the children now.
Who does?
The father, the dad. He got them back. He did everything he had to.
Who's Renee Curtis?
She's one of the ones that put the trailer in the backyard.
And Tyler is her boyfriend?
Yes.
And he was also in the trailer?
He wasn't there that time.
He had been in the trailer?
He had been, yeah.
So based on these reports, you moved to evict her?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. I would too.
Anybody would.
You don't have to help me. I would too. Can I see the eviction notice, please? What property did she steal?
The trailer in the back was stolen from Fridley, Minnesota.
On what date?
That happened, I believe, on the 10th of October. At that time, she was notified about the vehicles being parked all over the grass.
You have photographs of that?
No, but I got evidence of the city making the complaints where they were located in the yards.
The abatement,
Do you want to see it? The abatement orders.
This is her countersuit with regard to the vehicles that were impounded. So I'm not there yet. I'll get there. At some point, when you had her evicted, you went in and you say you found damage to the home. I'd like to see the photographs of that.
Okay.
Who's the artist in your house?
That would be Pixley. But it's all painted. I mean, it's all fixed.
When?
I have pictures.
I'd like to see it.
It's airbrush. She wrote on before and after.
When was this picture taken?
That was taken before he had me evicted.
How much before I want to know, and this you want me to believe, that the crazies that were living in this house, that this is the way the house looked right
That's
before you had...
exactly how the house looked.
I mean, what I see is a whole lot of other kind of living, which is whole different than this.
It was all painted, but that's how my house looked every day. I had two living rooms, 2 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms, a fireplace. My house was beautiful.
It's not your house, it's his house.
Well, when I lived there. And he even was there at the end of July and told me how nice it looked. He came in and used the bathroom. He knows my house was nice. He's the one who came in, he gutted the bathroom. He's doing this all for insurance. I never seen his pictures either.
Let me show them to you.
And I was packed, ready to move.
Would you give that to her?
When he had me evicted and then just went through all my stuff and threw it in the garage in a pile. Yeah, this is what he did after he had me taken out. I have more pictures too. He went through every one of my boxes, all of my belongings, took what they wanted. He had somebody living in my house in my property.
There's a pinball machine in the bathroom.
It's in the kitchen.
It's in the kitchen. Oh, I'm sorry. It's in the kitchen.
I was getting ready to move. My whole house was packed. You can call the sheriffs. They wouldn't write me a statement. He had somebody living in the house for a week.
Would you?
Cleaning it. Cleaning the
Cleaning
house.
it? No, they were in there destroying it. And yeah, these pictures.
loading a
this is
dumpster.
after
Garbage.
he had me taken
Okay.
out. I have the order of them putting me back in the house after he legally evicted me, the stay order.
Okay, so you were evicted on what date?
The sheriff's removed me October 20th.
October 20th. And October 25th, you moved back in.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and between October 20th and October 25th, what you're suggesting is that this is the way the house was?
Yes, ma'am.
And you stayed there until when?
I moved October 31st.
So you stayed there for 6
I had
days.
to clean
Just
my
a
stuff
second.
up.
Just a second. You stayed there for 6 days. Is this what you're telling me?
I did. I had to clean all my stuff back up. He went through everything I owned.
Did you?
Dump boxes. I have a sheriff's.
It's not true,
I have
Your Honor.
reports.
Do you have a sheriff's report?
I have.
I'd like to read it.
Okay, these are both reports that I have, that the front door was broken when I moved in, and well, that's some of the damage he's claiming, and then the second one's when I made the report.
Do you have pictures of the house now?
I believe they're up there, Your Honor.
We're not talking about damage. You're talking about what
Well,
the house looks like today.
Today, I can't go by the house because I got chased off by, he ran me down the road. This is a real story. He took off after me in his truck, and he ran me off the road.
Who did?
And then he's got a disorderly conduct for it. It was one of her guys that she had living there. He ran after me down the road. It's in the police reports.
And?
And he almost smashed me into a telephone pole.
You rented an apartment from the defendant. How many apartments do you have
I have a sixplex, Your Honor.
that you own?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you first see the apartment?
August 27th.
Is that when you first met Miss Klingensmith?
Yes.
You liked the apartment?
It was okay.
So you decided to rent it. And the rent was how much a month?
$750.
And you were going to be living there with?
My daughter.
When did the lease start?
August 27th.
Is that when you moved in?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
This is what your lawsuit is about. You claim that Miss Klingensmith stole money from your disability account.
Yes, ma'am.
Which was rent money, $750, and then evicted you for non-payment of rent. So you are suing her for that theft?
Yes.
As well as an illegal eviction?
Correct.
Ms. Klingensmith said, I never stole any money from her. I didn't take money out of her account. She's counterclaiming for some damage that was done to the property when you moved out. Okay. Was there any security deposit?
Yes, I gave her $400 security deposit.
Did you get that back?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you moved in August. Did you pay any rent for August?
Yes, it was prorated.
Okay, so you paid August rent. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you paid September's rent?
Yes, ma'am.
On time?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
What about October?
It was late due to my disability.
How late?
The 13th, October 13th.
And rent was due on the 1st?
It was due on before, it was late before, yeah, it was due on the 1st, but late after the 3rd.
Late after the 3rd. Did she evict you in October?
She sent me an eviction letter, yes.
In October?
Yes, two of them.
On what date?
October the 6th and October the 7th.
So what did you do?
I ended up paying my rent on the 13th. I had my disability. I was coming from Sacramento to move to Reno, so I had to transfer over my disability payments, and it took the Social Security a minute to do that. And I told Ms. Klingensmith that when I moved in, she knew I got disability, and this would happen, during.
You can't tell me what she
what
she knew. All she knew was you paid her rent in August and you paid her rent on time in September, and in October you did not.
Right.
So after, I assume, you got these eviction notices, you called her?
No, I didn't call her. I just called her. Well, yeah, I called her to pay the rent on the 13th.
On the 13th. So what did you do when you...
Oh, I tried to speak to her a couple of times to tell her that...
Not tried. You spoke to her.
I didn't speak to her at all.
You just paid your rent on the 13th.
Right. I tried to get a hold of Miss Klingensmith, and I have proof of that. I tried to give her a call. When she was in the parking lot of our complex, I tried to talk to her.
She paid your rent on the 13th?
Yes.
What happened in November?
November, my money was stolen out of my account in the amount of $713.
Just a second. So money was stolen out of your account in November?
Yes.
And the amount that was stolen was $713?
Yes.
And?
So when I called Ms. Klingensmith to pay my rent, when I checked my card, the money was gone. So she's the only one that had my information and my card, because September I gave her my debit card to take the rent off herself. She took the rent off September herself to the ATM machine. She's the only one that had my PIN, all my social, everything. My money was gone, and I have proof of that for our department. So money was gone. So she stole my money and then tried to evict me for it.
Ridiculous. She was going to steal your money. She would have stolen $750, not $713.
Well,
I mean, if she was going to take your money without your authorization, wouldn't she have taken everything that she was entitled to?
well, I would think. I mean, why would she want me to? Why would she want? I don't know. Maybe she didn't want nobody to know.
Well, I
her.
don't know why. I don't know why. If that's your whole argument, that somebody, in a
did.
case of...
She didn't call me at all for my rent in November, at all. And she usually calls or knocks on the door. She didn't do none of that.
You told me that the only notice that you got from her in October was that on the 6th she served you with an eviction notice.
She showed me, and that's October. We're talking about November, right?
I understand that. What do you mean she always? You only lived there since August. August you paid the rent. September you paid the rent on time. October you did not, and you said the first you heard from her was when she served you an eviction notice on October 6th.
Okay. In October, yes, I did hear from her. She knocked on my door and a few times in October.
You have no case against her. You didn't pay your rent in November. Somebody, probably in a case of identity theft, I have no idea.
Okay, Ms. Judge Judy, I have proof that I tried to pay my rent to her in November, even though my money was stolen. I have proof of that.
Just tell me when.
Okay, I tried to pay.
I asked you for a date.
Okay, November the 4th, I believe. I tried to pay.
Make sure you're giving me the right. You just told me you didn't have any money in your account because she had
No,
stolen
just because I didn't have any money. Okay, just because I didn't have any money in my account from that card, I have money back. You can look at my back pay from Social Security, and my dad wrote a check for October. So I do have money to pay my rent. Just because my money was stolen out of my card doesn't mean I don't have any money.
I want you to show me when you tendered her the rent in November.
Okay. Can I look on my phone?
Absolutely.
Okay. 11/20. Well, okay. We had
just the date. I don't want to hear an excuse. I said
November 12th.
You're late. You're late.
Your Honor, we went to court. That's why I'm late. We went to court for the eviction. She evicted me on the 4th. We went to court. The judge ordered me to pay $590 for that month of November. I have that right here from the judge. He ordered me to pay $590 for November. That was from the judge. That was on like the 22nd of November. So he ordered me to pay $590 for rent, and he ordered me to pay $300 starting January for the rest of my deposit. Miss Klingensmith was there in court. When the judge ordered that, he told me I had a certain amount of time to pay it, right? I tried to pay Miss Klingensmith 3 times, and I have proof of me texting her saying I have the rent, I had the rent. She ignored my calls.
You're talking about November 22nd? Is that the date you're talking about?
Yeah, because we got
Is that the date that you're talking about? So just let me understand what you're saying to me. Don't talk fast.
Okay.
What you said to me was, I tried to give her rent on November the 4th. Now you're saying to me that you tried to tender her the rent after the judge ordered you on November 22nd to give her a certain amount of money.
Again, yes.
Your case is dismissed. You have no case against her. You have no case that she stole any money out of your account, and you didn't pay your rent on time in October, and you didn't pay your rent on time in November. You have but for the fact that she sued you here, would you have counterclaimed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, you have $400 in security deposit, but she lived in the apartment in the month of November.
Yes, ma'am.
And you received no money for November.
Correct.
Okay, fine. So now you're going to tell me what the damage is.
I have a list here.
Your Honor, she did not mention any damages in court.
Don't speak.
I have utility bills that she did not put the utilities in her name.
Just a minute. That's not in this counterclaim. In this counterclaim you have, I had to extensively clean the unit and repair several holes that were in the walls. She didn't pay her rent on time and made complaints about me to the Housing and Health Department. She would call my work claiming there was an emergency. She owes me for the damages, which the only thing that I have here in your countersuit are cleaning of the unit, which I will look at a bill if you have a cleaning bill.
Your Honor.
And the whole... Don't
Please.
speak. Cleaning bill and pictures of holes in the wall I will look at. Those are the only things. I don't care about your emotional distress. The only ones who don't speak. Those are the only things that are in your counterclaim.
This is what I filed when I filed the counterclaim.
I don't care what you filed. This is the only thing that's here. It's the only thing that's here. I'll show you. This is what you signed. You can read it.
Your Honor, please.
That's what you signed. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
We're done.
Your Honor,
Unless you have, just a second, unless you have a bill for the cleaning.
I have a bill for my maintenance gentleman.
Your Honor, please let me talk really quick.
I'm on her counterclaim. I'm not on your claim anymore. You have no claim for unlawful eviction, and you have no proof that she stole money.
Your Honor, I'm very nervous right now, like really nervous. If my daughter can tell you, I haven't told you everything. Like I'm so nervous that I don't know what to do, and if you let her tell you that I did try to pay my rent in November on time. She wouldn't answer my calls.
Listen to me.
She didn't answer. I have proof.
Listen to me.
I tried to pay before the 3rd. I tried to pay it.
Then I'm not listening to her. You show me proof that you tried to tend to her payment.
She didn't answer my calls on purpose. She didn't answer my phone calls.
Your claim is dismissed. It's ridiculous. You want to show me bill from your maintenance person?
What about my couch that was left in there in the house?
You shouldn't have left it.
She locked me. She locked me out.
You shouldn't have left it.
Oh.
No. Counterclaim's dismissed. We're done. Mr. Angelieri, it is your claim that the defendant hit your parked car.
That's correct.
Defendant says, I didn't hit the car, I stopped short of hitting the car, and she has a counterclaim. Her counterclaim is that you said to her when you went out to see the damage to your car, you held her until the police arrived because she was about to leave. And she said, I'm not sticking around, and you, in effect, falsely imprisoned her until the police arrived. Let's start with you, Miss Griffel. You were driving on what date?
I don't know what date it is, ma'am.
You don't know what date
No,
it
I
is?
do not.
Well,
Ma'am, the date was...
no, I didn't ask you anything.
Yes.
I don't know.
I asked her.
I don't know what the date was.
Okay, the date was January 19th.
Okay.
It was 7 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Was it dark or light on January 19th?
It was dark.
Where were you going?
I was going to the surplus store.
Speak up, I
I
can't
was going to the surplus store.
And is that next to a pizzeria?
Yes, it is.
What kind of car were you driving?
I was driving a Chevy Tracker. It's a little Jeep, like 2002.
Who owns the car?
I do.
Is it insured?
Yes, it is.
Was it insured in January of 2018?
It was, but, well, my insurance had overlapsed. But
Just a second. Did you have insurance?
No, I did not.
That's the answer. No, I did not. Not it was in the mail and they didn't open up the mail and somebody forgot the mail. The answer is
no, I did not.
You didn't have insurance.
No, I did not.
So you're on the way to the surplus store. And I have to tell you something. You see, when that monitor is up there, I always know that somebody has something for me to watch because that monitor is not there all the time. And since you have nothing on your end of the table, the plaintiff on his side of the table has a video. And he looks like a reasonably intelligent man, and he looks as if he's not going to play me a circus video, that it's somehow relevant to this case, which means that there are security cameras outside, which means that something captured what happened with his car. Do you get it?
Yes, I get it.
So now you're starting out with 2 strikes against you. First, you didn't have insurance, and then when I asked you a question, my insurance overlapped. That's a second excuse. So I want you to tell me what happened at 7 o'clock in the evening when you were going to the surplus store.
I was looking for parking. I noticed the car was leaving its parking space, so I stopped, proceeded to let him leave the parking spot. I had to back up to get into the parking, the driveway, the entrance of the parking spot.
Very slowly.
Okay.
You pull up,
Right.
You pull up. Somebody's getting out of a parking space.
Correct.
You backed up so that they could exit the parking space. Correct. And then you had to parallel park.
Correct.
Is that what you're telling me? Don't shake your head. Stand there like a statue. Do you understand?
I understand.
Perfect. So now you have to parallel park in order to get into that spot, right?
That's not correct.
So you let the person out of the parking spot.
Correct.
You had to move back to let them out because you wouldn't go in front. That means they'd have to go around you, right? So a normal driver would say, there's a spot. Getting out, I'll pull back.
Right. I pulled back, and I noticed his car was behind me. I put on the brakes, and my car jerked.
His car was behind you?
In the street. He was in the street. And I was pulling into the parking lot. So he was in the street, and I was going into the establishment, which is on the right of me. And so I backed up. I noticed his car was behind me. I slammed on my brakes. My car jerked, and I proceeded to go into the parking spot. And all of a sudden, I'm getting out of the car to go into the establishment, and this man comes running out, cussing at me, screaming at me, saying I hit his car. I said, sir, there's no way I could have hit your car. I know I did not hit your car, sir. I did not. And so he walked over to his car, and he proceeded to look at the front of his car, and he sees this little dent in there. He goes, this looks like it's a new little dent. And I go, sir, I did not hit your car. And so he walks to the side of the car, and he goes, oh, my God. He started acting out that I had made this big dent in his car. And I said, there's no way I could have hit your car and made that dent without me knowing it. I did not hit your car, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. So I was going to argue with him, so I proceeded to go to go in the establishment, and he grabbed my arm, and he held me there, and stayed behind my car so I couldn't leave. And he held me there until the officers came. When the officers came, he released me, and then I proceeded to tell them my story, side of the story.
Did you give them your insurance?
No, because I did not have it on me.
Did you get a ticket for not having insurance?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you pay it?
Yes, I did. I went to the court. No, I didn't. I didn't have. Okay.
Because
I went to court, showed the judge I had my license now and my insurance. He gave me a fine.
Because you.
Right,
Just a second. He gave you a fine because he didn't like you?
No,
See
for the
what
court
happened?
fees. For the court fees. He gave me a fine for the court fees.
You do understand that when you lie, your mouth gets dry.
I'm not
you
lying.
do understand. You do understand that when you
Yes,
lie,
I
your mouth
understand.
gets dry. Can I see the video, please?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Your Honor, when the video plays, if you'll pay attention to the top center part of the screen, you could just see my car in the edge of the frame. There's her car. You can see the impact to my car. Headlights and the license plate moves as she pulls in. She was actually reversing up an active lane in the street. She's reversing against traffic. She probably didn't see us because her car was full of trash.
Just a second.
There she is, grabbing my arm as I'm telling her I'm going to call the cops. Take a picture of her face. She's flipping out because I think she's going to bounce. And she's waddling back to her car.
Listen to me. I don't need your
No problem, Your Honor,
assistance
sorry.
in looking at a video.
I'm just trying to keep my distance at this point, Your Honor.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's play it again. Watch it carefully, Ms. Grifal. See his car move? Did you see his car move?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
want to watch it again? Okay. So you hit his car.
Apparently from this video.
You hit his car.
No, I did not hit his car.
Okay, let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. I want you to walk right up there.
Right.
Walk right up. So you. I can see it from here.
I
I'm
can
a
see
little
it. I can see it
younger
from here.
than you are.
I can see
well,
it from
I
here.
could see that you hit his car
I can see
unless
it.
some angel went and moved his car.
Okay.
See his car
yes,
move?
I see that. Yes, I do.
Good. Very good. Now you can go back. Can I see an estimate for the damage to the car, please?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Photographs first.
Here, sir.
Photograph.
Photographs.
But the way that the damage was done, there's no way I could have done that damage because I backed up, straight back.
No,
His
that's
damage is done on the side of the car.
Listen to me carefully. I saw where you hit him. You hit him on the bumper.
Correct. That's all I did was hit him on the. He's in the
Yes,
the dent is on the left side of the car.
Just a second. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not stupid.
No, I know.
You hit him on his bumper.
Correct.
Ma'am, she actually hit me on the on the driver's side fender. The impact from her right rear bumper left 2 marks in the side of the car that are exactly the same color and the same positioning on her car. I have better photos on my phone if they're hard
I'd
to
like
see.
to see them.
Surely.
Would you play that for me again, please?
You can actually still see both my headlights.
Okay, so what you're telling me is you can see both your headlights at the time of the impact,
Correct.
which means she hit you
She hit
on
me
the
on the
side.
side.
I'll look with that in mind.
Absolutely, ma'am.
I see what you mean.
You
I
see
got
me?
it.
Yep.
I got it.
It's pretty obvious, Your Honor. She
I
hit
got
the car.
it. Okay. What kind of car is this?
It's a Mazda Miata. It's
Little
my
one.
girlfriend's first car. I bought it for her. We moved from the East Coast. She's from the Five
TMI.
Boroughs. Yep.
What? What's the matter?
TMI.
It's going to cost him $4,200 to fix his car. That you're going to pay for no insurance?
I had insurance, yes.
Did you use your insurance?
My insurance was liability only, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Now we're going to deal with.
Go ahead,
Now
I'm
we're
sorry.
Now we're going to deal with your counterclaim.
Yes.
I read your answer, and in your answer you said, I did not hit his car and therefore was leaving to go into the store to do my shopping. Well, you did hit his car, and therefore, by leaving the scene of an accident, depending upon the cost of the repair, it could either be a misdemeanor or a felony, right?
Correct.
And I believe that the victim of that, either misdemeanor or felony, has a right to hold you until the police arrive. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Great.
Not physically, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Your Honor, I
Oh,
never
just a
touched this
second.
woman.
I didn't know
Oh, just a second. Yes, they do. Let us assume, who is this person?
This is my boyfriend.
This is your boyfriend. Let's put your hand down. I didn't ask you anything.
Sorry.
Let's assume you're walking with your boyfriend, and some kid comes up from behind and grabs the necklace that you're wearing and starts to run. And your boyfriend grabs the kid by the neck, and while he's holding the kid, you call 911 and say, I was just robbed. My boyfriend is holding the person who just robbed me. You think he has a right to do that?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Because he witnessed a crime being committed.
Correct.
Right? And the perpetrator of that crime was fleeing.
Right.
You were fleeing the scene of an accident that you caused. The victim of that crime, the owner of the car, has a right to hold you until the police arrive so that you don't disappear. Got it?
Got it.
Your counterclaim's dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,200. Mr. Sylvester, you and the defendant worked together.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where did you work?
We worked at Kazuki Ramen. It's a ramen house, a restaurant.
How long had you been working there?
We both worked there for about 5 months. I was there in the opening, so was he. So we opened the restaurant together, basically.
Did you know each other before you opened the restaurant?
No, Your Honor.
And there came a time when you decided to room together. Was that a permanent arrangement for you or a temporary arrangement for you?
Definitely temporary. It was kind of more of a personal favor. The apartment was far away from downtown, and at the time I wasn't driving, so he pretty much just asked me, could you please, because we went and saw the place together, the landlord liked me, they're like, could you please just move in for a couple of months until you find another arrangement, which I did allow, but I didn't want to be on the lease, and I wanted to pay less than him because I knew I wouldn't be there as frequently.
Were you on the lease?
No.
Only you were on the lease?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you put down security deposit?
Yes.
How much?
$350.
And you moved out after a couple of months?
Just 1 month, really.
2 months.
I thought it was 2 months.
2 months.
Did you give him his security deposit back?
I returned $250 of his security deposit back. And
Why?
I withheld $100 for outstanding bills from the months that he had lived
I've
there.
never seen a dollar from
Just a second. What bills?
I have a garbage bill, a cable bill, and an electric bill.
And how much do all of those bills add up to together?
They totaled $269.84.
Bird, would you show those to the plaintiff, please? Because we're going to get to the crux of this case in a minute.
The previous payment is here, and then this is the actual bill from that time.
Yeah, no, I've seen the bills. I paid him in cash for these bills. I never saw $1 from the deposit. It was $350. I also helped him out for.
There's one issue in this case, and I'm not getting involved with your $250 and $350 because it was my understanding from reading your complaint, sir, that he did give you some money back from the.
No, I never received $1 from the deposit or the rent that's owed. Basically, I moved out early September with the agreement that when his new roommate moved in, I would receive the money for that rent and also the deposit.
Do you have proof that you returned any part of the deposit to him?
No, everything was dealt with in cash.
Okay. Now, you moved out on what date, sir?
It was like September 2nd, between the 2nd and the 5th.
Now, so I'm not getting involved in it because if you actually believe that he owed you money and there was so much animus, late October, you wouldn't have gone to his house for a house party, which is really the crux of this case, which is the only part of it that I'm dealing with. So let's understand that. If you felt that he owed you prorated rent or some money for security deposit, when you were invited to his home a month later, a month after you moved out, for a party, I would not have gone if I was in an acrimonious situation with somebody. So you went to a party at his house in October. Now I want you to tell me what happened when you went to the party in October, because that's what this case is about.
When I went to the party in October, we discussed the deposit and the monies owed. And as you mentioned, I did have some resentment.
So you shouldn't have gone.
Yeah, I really shouldn't have gone.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Okay.
You know, he basically got violent with me about it. He pushed me outside the door and then
Told you
locked
to
the
leave.
door. Yeah.
Unlock the door.
He locked the door with my keys inside, my car keys inside. So.
And keep going.
Then I had to pay for a cab to get home.
And
then the next day he said a bunch of crazy things to our manager that we work for.
I don't know whether he did or not. That's hearsay.
Either way, though.
Because there's nobody here.
Either way, I sent him a text message saying, I'm going to take you to small claims on this matter then. I gave him the small claims paperwork.
I'd like to see that text.
I don't have the text with me, but I do have the small claims paperwork that I filed.
To me, carefully.
Yes.
I want to see the text where you said to him, I'm going to small claims court. You say you have a text. Use your phone right there.
Yeah, I do not have the text, unfortunately. This is a new phone.
You know how many times I hear people, how did you get a new phone when you lost your job? What you're suing for here is lost wages. When did you get a new phone?
It was a very affordable phone, Your Honors. I do have the small claims paperwork here.
Listen, I'm going to do my drill, when I'm satisfied that I'm going to throw you both out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Great. So you don't have the text.
No.
And you said if I don't get satisfaction, according to you, which you don't have because you bought a new phone, you said I'm going to take you to small claims court. And you filed a small claims case on what date?
The small claims was filed on October 31st.
On what date were you served with the small claims case?
I was served that Monday, I believe.
By whom?
His mother.
Where?
She came behind the bar while I was at work.
And at that time, you were both still working at the same restaurant.
That is correct.
Were you working the same shift?
No.
What shift were you working?
I was working my afternoon shift, so I was working the 4:30 to close shift.
And what shift were you working, sir?
I did not work that day, the 31st.
What shift did you usually work?
I worked the same shifts as Josh.
So then you were both working the same shift, except for the day you was allegedly served with a small claims case.
Yeah.
Just answer my questions.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now I would like to see the small claims case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, I see two small claims cases.
Yes, I amended the order to include the lost wages after he filed a restraining order to keep me from work.
Just a second. But you left things out when you filed an amended complaint. First claim you asked for, not that I'm getting involved in it, prorated rent, a loan, and your possessions, and your deposit. The second case you filed was deposit, rent, and lost wages. So I assume that you got your loan back and your possessions back.
No, I didn't. I've not gotten my
So you
possessions
just
back.
made a mistake.
Yeah, I just amended
Just
the
a
order.
mistake. All right. Now, the whole thrust of this case, and the only part that I will hear,
Yes, ma'am.
so that's nonsense, is that at some point you filed a protective order against him.
That is correct.
On what date?
I filed a protection order the day after I received the small claims court.
Basically in response. Yeah.
Don't speak. You filed it the day after.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And I would like to see the date that you filed it and the allegations that you make.
Okay, I have the petition and I also have the temporary order if you'd like.
Let's
both of
see the
those.
petition. Now I would like you, sir, to explain to me the reason that you filed this protective order a day after you were served with a small claims case.
So the incident that occurred at my house, as it states in the petition, he was sexually harassing a house guest. Upon being asked to stop, he berated her using...
Who cares?
Okay. I kicked him out.
Who cares?
I kicked him out. I didn't feel the need to call the police because he was investigated. I wanted the matter to end there. He made it clear that he was not going to end the matter
No,
there.
just say, don't tell me what he made clear. He
Yes,
was
ma'am.
bothering somebody at your party. That person didn't file a protective order against him. You did. And I want you to tell me what he did that inspired you after you were served with a small claim case to file a protective order.
He made it clear that...
No, not clear. That is an assumption, sir, based upon facts, which you are going to tell me, and the facts had better be consistent with what you wrote in your answer, which you probably don't remember.
In my petition
But-
order?
No, in my case.
Okay.
In my case. So I want you to tell me specifically what Mr. Sylvester said or did to you that inspired you to file for a protective order the day after you were served with a small claims case.
The day after I was served with a small claims case, it was in my belief that he was going to continue to harass me while I was at work, and therefore I filed the protection order.
I want to tell you something. You abuse the system. I don't care what you believe. Your mother cares what you believe. Maybe your sister cares what you believe. Maybe your mother cares how you feel. Maybe your sister cares how you feel. The law doesn't give a rat's ass how you feel. The law believes in facts. And so far, I've asked you 3 times to give me something specific that Mr. Sylvester said or did to you that inspired you to file for a protective order against him, excluding him from your workplace, because that's what you asked for.
Aside-
Excluding him from your workplace. And I guarantee you, on Bird's life, that you did not tell the judge before whom you were requesting this protective order that you worked in the same place.
I made it very clear. to
Oh,
the
I
judge.
don't believe that. Then,
I made it very clear
I don't
to the
believe
judge.
that because then you're telling me that the judge was a moron.
The judge suspended
That-
it. He didn't issue a restraining. He didn't issue a permanent restraining order.
No. You asked for. That's not what I'm saying to you, sir. Let's make ourselves perfectly clear.
Yes, ma'am.
You requested a protective order on an emergency basis, excluding him from your workplace.
That's correct.
And the judge granted that application on an emergency basis, therefore making it impossible for him to go to work. And I guarantee you that you didn't tell that judge who granted the temporary restraining order based on this nonsense that he was a fellow worker along with you. You may have told the judge who heard the final order of protection and denied it because you were not granted a final order of protection, right?
No, but I
No.
disclosed his working location when the judge asked where the perfect place for service would be, service of the actual
Listen,
document.
I think that you overstepped it and you abused the system and you abused him. Now, if you felt threatened, which I think you did not, was this, by the way, this young woman that he was making come-ons to at the party, was this somebody that you knew well? And give me the first name.
Her name was Van Lynn, and yes, it is somebody that I know well.
Is it somebody that you were dating?
You could
What
say
is
that.
That's either a yes or a no.
Yes, we were dating.
Right.
Casually.
So while I'm not getting involved with the rest of this nonsense, I am awarding him money for lost wages.
Okay.
Because I think that your actions not only abuse me as part of a system, because you used it in retaliation. Your girlfriend didn't feel threatened enough to go and seek a protective order. And you never sought a protective order before you were served with a small claims case. And this was after the party.
It's for the same...
Just a second. We're done. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. We're finished. Thank you.
Nobody wanted to live with him. He's a slob.
When I woke up to him cleaning my house...
He's always broke, and it's red flags.
And having random people that I'd never met before coming to view the house.
So the few people that I did bring by, they were like, this is disgusting.
Before 30 days notice was given, yeah, it made my life kind of difficult.
And I'm definitely not doing this. So it was a trouble to get that spot.
Not going to do it again.
And hopefully this is one step closer for Joshua becoming a man.